Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? What's good with you? What's good with you? As you guys know, it's Wednesday. It's 5 o'clock. Big Three football. Miami, Florida State, and the Florida Gators. All three teams have games this week. So we're going to talk about it. We're also going to talk about the games that, they just played. Miami and Florida State played each other. Florida State won 45-3. Terrible loss for Miami. Great victory for Florida State. The Florida Gators went into Texas A&M. They took care of business. They beat the Aggies. I think it was like 40-something to 20-something, somewhere in that range or whatever. But we're going to talk about it. This week, Miami takes on Georgia Tech. The Florida Gators will take on the South Carolina Gamecocks. And the Florida State Seminoles, they'll take on Syracuse. So as you guys know, NCAA, we're going to take a quick look at the rankings real quick. Because obviously this week Florida State was ranked in the AP poll. No other team was ranked in the AP poll, but Florida State was. So let's look at the rankings that really matters, which is the college football playoffs rankings. And as you guys can see on that one, Florida State is actually ranked this week. They're ranked at number 23. So the college football playoff rankings is giving them a little bit of a better chance, a better shot, a higher ranking, number 23 in the country. Now, this is not Florida State's first time being ranked this year. This is actually their second. First time they was ranked when they was 4-0. And then we all know what happened. They went on a 3-game losing streak. Lost Wake Forest, North Carolina State, and Clemson. Lost to all three of those teams back-to-back. And they fell off the face of the rankings. Right now, after beating Miami, they're on the rankings right now, playoff rankings at 23. Like as you see, AP poll, which doesn't really matter right now, real insignificant. They're listed at the number 25 team. Doesn't matter. Now, Florida State right now is claiming that they're the best team in Florida, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. But according to the polls, they're the second best team in Florida. UCF is ranked above them. One notch to be exact. UCF is sitting at 22, while Florida State is sitting at 23. Now, obviously, this will all change now. There's no shot for Florida State to actually win the ACC or even go to the ACC Championship after losing those 3 straight games, to those ACC opponents. That's gone out the window. So just wanted to show you guys a quick poll, quick rankings before we get into the full details of the show. So obviously Miami will take on Georgia Tech. That game is at 3:30 this week on ESPN3, basically the internet. Guys, get in the chat. Let me know who all's here. Hit the like button also. Hit the like button. Some of you guys probably wondering why the name of the channel is Seminole T2Y. Well, every time we lose to Florida State, the name of the channel will change to Seminole T2Y for a week. If we lose to the Florida Gators, the channel will change to Gator T2Y for 1 week. So basically this Saturday, the name will go back to Hurricane T2Y. Congratulations to Florida State. They won. It is what it is. Vic2 Productions, what's going on with you? Said good evening. Good evening to you, sir. Canes Football Talk, what's going on with you? Demetrius Adams, what's good? How you doing, boss? Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know who all here. Also, guys, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't already. As of right now, we are 10 subscribers. I repeat, 10 subscribers away from 11K. 11K. Once we hit 11K, the next target will be 15,000. The next target will be 15,000. BB says Gator T2Y. Well, in order for that to happen, we would have to lose to the Florida Gators in 24 or 25. But, we could have Gator T2Y every year, but that can't happen because the Florida Gators are scared of the Miami Hurricanes. We could play them. We could play them annually, but they ran. They ran from us. Legends has it they're still running today. They're running, but it is what it is. Voodoo, what's going on with you? What's good, King? What's good, my brother? How you doing? Marcus says, nah, BB, it's Seminole T2I. Yeah. Nick in the building. Nick, what's going on? Nick, you could have just said, what's up? You ain't had to put the name. All right, so this week, man, Florida State will take on Syracuse. The Gators going to take on South Carolina. And, of course, on the screen, as you can see, Miami is taking on Georgia Tech, 3:30 game. So, matchup predictor for ESPN is predicting Miami to win this game. Miami's a 55% chance to win this game, according to them. Now, this is an away game for Miami. They will be playing at Georgia Tech. I know a lot of the Atlanta Canes. I know a lot of the fan base that's in the Georgia area. Most of them will attend that game. Hopefully, none of them, defer from going because of the beating that we did take from Florida State. But Georgia Tech, not sure if Jeff Sims, their quarterback, is still hurt or is he ready to go. We do know that I don't think Tyler Van Dyke will be playing this game, possibly for the rest of the year either. It's debatable between the fans right now whether or not Jake Garcia should play or Ja'Cory Brown. Now, we all seen Ja'Cory Brown. He's a very mobile guy. A lot of the fans I've been hearing, reading the message boards and everything, and I've been seeing them saying Ja'Cory needs to start for the rest of the year. Some of them has moved on from Garcia already. Some of them is not blaming Garcia. They're blaming Gattis. And the blame and this, that, and the third, it goes on. Some people are even saying get rid of Gattis and Frank Ponce at the same time. Frank Ponce is the quarterback's coach. They're saying basically under Gattis and Ponce, both Tyler Van Dyke and Jake Garcia looks horrible, plain and simple. But nonetheless, we still have to deal with Gattis, Ponce, and anybody for the rest of the year. So I don't think Mario is firing anybody as of right now. So fans are just being fans. They're just talking. Also, there's a lot of chatter going around the fan base about Jeff Scott. Jeff Scott out of USF is no longer with USF. Everybody knows him infamously from, being the offensive coordinator at Clemson, a guy that could put up a lot of points. So his name is being thrown around a little bit of everywhere. Alabama's having their issues with their coordinators. The fan base hate them. And this, that, and the third. Clemson possibly could use him again. Clemson's, going through their own little dilemma. After losing one game, the whole fan base wants to move on from those coordinators that Dabo's basically raised up underneath them. So there's a lot of chatter going on. Chris, what's going on with you? He says Miami 34, Georgia Tech 17. I'd have to see it to believe it, my guy. Have to see it to believe it. Marcus says Georgia Tech 3, Miami 2. Obviously, Marcus, he don't drink the good liquor. He drink the bad liquor. Come on, let's win these next three. I don't know about that. Hope so, but I don't know about that. Wishful thinking right there. Jordan Hayden, my prediction: Georgia 45, Miami 3. If that's the case, Jordan, if Miami were to lose to Georgia Tech 45-3, what would that say about Florida State? It would basically say that you guys underachieved in that game because Georgia Tech is horrible. So if they could do what y'all did, what does that say about Florida State? Ask yourself that before you try to troll. Stupid. BB said Georgia Tech win. So will South Carolina. So will South Carolina. Brown need to start. Yeah, Jakari Brown. I want to see him. I want to see them polish his technique, throwing the ball a little bit more. We know he can run the ball. I think Jakari Brown is our Jordan Travis, is our AR-15, it's our, Daniels from LSU. He's one of those guys. If they could polish his throwing, he could be better than all of them. BB says AR is better than Miami whole quarterback. No, sorry, it's not. It's not. But wishful thinking. Chris, what's going on with you? Mike, I agree. Start Brown the last 3 games. Get him ready for next year. Yep, that seemed to be the pitch right now. Start Brown. Let's see what he got. Let's get him some confidence, get him some game experience, and then we'll see from there. There's also a lot of speculations going around about the transfer portal, whether or not Tyler Van Dyke or even Jake Garcia might end up hitting it. Not quite sure, what'll happen there. So, we're not going to, entertain that. Speaking of the transfer portal, 3 names that I think that could possibly be in there. 3 names. I know Keyshawn Smith, for one, has been seeing, posting stuff on Twitter and liking stuff that he's not supposed to. Mike Norvell going off on some guy on the sideline and, saying stuff about, liking stuff about being coached and this, that, and the third. And, of course, earlier on in the year, you saw his mom tweeted about, possibly transferring, hitting the transfer portal to finding a different destination, USC maybe. He is from the California area, so we'll see. Maybe Keyshawn Smith will hit the transfer portal. Hey, if you do, sayonara. See, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Earlier on this year, also we seen Jalen Knighton. Jalen Knighton hitting the transfer portal. Then he kind of took it back. So I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the season if he does actually hit the transfer portal. Who else? Possibly Avonte Williams. We saw earlier on in the year when he did take down all of his Miami stuff and basically, said he made an emotional thing or whatever. I guess Mario and the coaching staff talked to him and, everything's all good. But I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the year he's possibly in the transfer portal. And a name that you guys probably would be like, oh no, but Leonard Taylor. He possibly could hit the transfer portal too. I know the coaching staff had to sit down. Mario and staff had to sit with him and talk to him with his parents. Don't know what exactly, said or transpired, but that's another one that you might want to keep on that transfer portal radar. So a lot to think about, man. Overall, overhaul. Transfer portal kids coming in, kids transferring out. Hopefully, all the cancers in the locker room can be gone. Hopefully, we can attack this thing like a stage 1 cancer, knock it out the way, get it out the way, and, get Mario classes in here, build a culture that we want. It is what it is. Some of these guys in the locker room have not bought in. I'm not just saying this. The players are saying it too. If you watch the interviews, you'll see that most of the players are pretty much saying that, the scheme is good. The offensive plays are good. The playbooks are good. Guys are just not executing, putting enough effort in. So there you have it. And then you have the other side of the fan base that's saying, well, Gattis is terrible. Mario don't know what he's doing. And put some accountability on Mario. This is Mario. He inherited this good team. There's other coaches that inherited good team, worse teams in year 1, and they're doing better. The whole fan base is frustrated, and it is what it is. Some of you guys have bought into that this is a rebuild, and some of you guys don't care if it's a rebuild or not. You want Mario to go out and win the ACC championship and win the national championship his first year. You want him to come to your city, hold a meeting and kiss all your babies and all that crap. Well, suck it up. It's not happening this year. It won't happen next year either, probably. Be honest with you, ceiling for next year probably is 7 wins. 7 wins. So here we go. Georgia Tech. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at some of these stats. As of right now, if you're a betting man, Georgia Tech is a 1.5 point favorite. They're a 1.5 point favorite in this one. The spread is 1.5. Georgia Tech over and under 44 points. So ESPN is predicting Miami to win the game. Vegas is taking Georgia Tech as the favorite. So there you go. Early lines is at 1.5 points. All right. So when you look at the team, both teams, Miami scoring about 25 points a game. Georgia Tech is scoring about 17. Yards per game, Miami 397, call it 400. Georgia Tech is at 325. All right. Yards allowed, Miami is giving up 354, while Georgia Tech is giving up 410. Rushing yards given up, Miami is giving up 125, while Georgia Tech is giving up 180. So hopefully, we can establish the run, something we haven't been able to do all year. Also, passing yards, Miami is giving up 229 per game. Georgia Tech is giving up the same number. So obviously, the last couple games for Georgia Tech, they just came off a 1-point win, a comeback against Virginia Tech. They won that game 28-7. They also lost to Florida State 41-16, and the game before that, they lost to Virginia 16-9. They did beat Duke in overtime and beat Pitt also 26-21. Miami's last 5 games just came off the loss to Florida State, went into 4 overtime with Virginia to win that one, lost to Duke 45-21. Virginia Tech, they beat Virginia Tech at home 20-14 and lost to NC State. North Carolina at 27-24. So basically, Miami and Georgia Tech goes into this game, both teams at 4-5. So coming out of this one of these teams will be at 5 win and 1 game away from bowl eligibility. Hopefully, Miami will pick up this win, and they'll be looking at the next 2 games, which is Clemson and Pitt, to see if they could get bowl eligible. All they would need, if they win this game against Georgia Tech, all they would need is 1 more to be bowl eligible. Question is, how many of you guys actually would want to see Miami bowl eligible, or would even care if they go to one of these little, no-name bowls? And if they do go to that bowl, can they actually win? Those are the questions. But that's the matchup for this week for Miami. I am going to put the link in the chat. I want to hear from you guys. Preferably, now you don't have to be, but preferably, I would rather it be Florida State fans and Gator fans and Miami fans, preferably. But if you're another fan and you want to chime in on the conversation, you're more than likely to. Just remember to keep the subject Miami, Florida State, and the Gators. We're not going to gallop into Georgia, into Alabama, and into all those other places. We're going to stick strictly to Miami, Florida State, and the Gators. So I will put the link in the chat for anybody that wants to join in on the conversation. In a second, we will switch it to the Florida versus South Carolina. So we'll talk about that one. As of right now, the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Like I said, for anybody that wants to join in on this conversation, the link is in the chat. Basically, I said what I need to say about Miami. So Before we move on to Florida and South Carolina, you guys could click the link, come on in, and speak your piece on this Miami versus Georgia Tech game. What do you expect to see? What are you expecting Miami to do? What's your expectations in general? Can Miami win this game? Will Miami win this game? How will they do it? Running the ball, passing the ball. Who will be the quarterback? Those are the questions. Hit the link. Come answer them. While you guys do that, I'll give you guys like 3 minutes or so. The link is in the chat. Like I said, the link is in the chat. All you got to do is click it. Also, guys, hit the like button. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. So give me 2 minutes. You guys can chop it up amongst each other in the chat. You guys also hit the link. All right. All right. All right. So basically, nobody came in. So we'll move on from Florida, from Miami versus Georgia Tech. We'll move on to Florida versus South Carolina. All right. Canes football talk. What's going on with you?
Hey, what's up, bro? My fault. My computer was freezing up on me, man.
Marcus
I was
says
getting
it. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I got this echo, man. Hold on, let me exit out and come back in. Hold on.
All right. Marcus says hit the like button. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. I see TVD to SMU or UConn. So basically, you're saying if TVD hit the transfer portal, he'll end up over SMU with Reed Lashley, or he'll go back home to UConn. You know, hey, it's all a possibility. It says Ohio State 2022 national champions. That's tough.
I'm here to tell you right now. We don't care.
We don't care.
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me good right now, man?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, I had technical difficulties at the beginning. All right, what's up, bro?
Chilling, man. So thoughts on Georgia Tech versus Miami?
Man, after the way that this season has been going, man, like I said like a couple weeks ago, man, I'm ready for 2023, man. But since we talk about the game, I'll be honest with you, man. If I can see Georgia Tech whooping us, man. If we can't get our offense together, man. If I was to go with a score, usually I'll be on with Miami with the winning record, but I give, Georgia Tech, I believe 24-7, 24-10. That's what I believe. Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I still can't buy into the whole Georgia Tech thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Miami right now offensively we are absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
we're beyond.
I believe we can't do nothing. We can't do nothing on that offense, man. I mean, the defense, yeah, we'll probably be able to stop them at the beginning of the game, all this. But if we can't do nothing on the offense and the defense is always on that field, man, it's gonna be a long game, man.
My question is, does this team have any pride and dignity left in them to go to Georgia Tech to go to? This is an away game. If they don't have no dignity at home, what are we going to see on the road?
Yeah.
Now,
yeah, man.
I must say, both games on the road against the last two opponents, Virginia Tech and Virginia, they did show up. I mean, somewhat show up.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, but
so
I thought they were. Yeah, keep going, Tito.
I think if we run the ball enough, we can beat Georgia Tech. If it's passing, it might be questionable. But the question for me is, will the O-line be able to block enough to even run the ball, to even get anything going? And if we do, we gotta get it going early.
Yeah.
How many players on this team has already exited mentally after that Florida State game? That's another question.
I think a lot has exited mentally during that Florida State game after that game.
I'm gonna take Miami to win this game 17, Georgia Tech 13.
Okay. Well, hopefully I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm not saying it because of Georgia Tech. I'm saying it because of the way that we've been playing. I give Georgia Tech 24 and us 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna take us for the win, 17-13. 17-13. I don't think Miami could score 20 points for the rest of the season, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's why I said 10 points for us. But maybe we could put up 13. But still, man, it's You know, I ain't gonna lie, man. That Florida State game, I'm pretty sure it got everybody. I mean, you was there, TTY, so I know the feeling was even worse being there, man. But man,
I ain't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't feel shit.
oh.
I ain't feel shit. After you go into that stadium and you watch MTSU put up 45, and then you watch Duke do it, Florida State doing it, it didn't do nothing to me. I've seen it twice already. I've been in there twice already for both of those blowouts, so that one didn't feel like shit.
Yeah.
That one I just went to that one for the full stadium, for the whole atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only reason I even went to that game. I could have watched that on TV. I could have actually streamed it with you guys. I just chose to, because I know it was a sold out crowd. I know the tailgate, and I know everything would be popping, so I went. But I already had it in my mind that this game could go either close for us or we could get blown out.
Yeah, man. Hey, I want to just ask you, man. I really want to ask you, how do you feel? Do you feel like we need to replace Gattis, or you think we should just stick it out? Because I understand sticking with Mario, okay, that's what's called it. But do you really feel like we could deal with this type of offense next year?
I'm 100% honest, and I haven't talked about this, but I think we need to stick it out with Gattis.
Okay.
One thing you learn in college football, and over the years, even being a Cane, when you keep replacing offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator,
bless you.
Yeah, bless myself. But when you keep replacing offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators, next season, guess what? The kid's going to have to learn a whole new scheme all over again. So guess what's going to happen now? We're going to be right back in the same boat that we in exactly right now. They're going to be learning a new book, learning a new scheme, and it never ends. We won't never get any better.
Yeah.
So I think we need to stick it out with Gattis. Obviously, the first year isn't so great. We got guys going from a spread to a pro style, so it is what it is. But the guys that Mario is bringing in now, they're the guys that he transferred in, plus the recruits, they're getting the experience in this scheme that Gattis is running.
Yeah.
So keep Gattis, and then just have him keep installing his program. Perfect example. Look at Mike Norvell. When he first came in his first year, them guys had to learn his system and everything like that. They went 3-6. Got blown out by us, got blown out by Louisville and a couple more other teams. Forfeited at Clemson, stuff like that. It happens in the first year, but the more you build off, the guys that come in and learn the system and stays, then, you see a difference. You got to build. It's a rebuild.
Yeah, I totally agree on that.
Now, speaking of Florida State, we got Marcus in the building. Marcus, what's going on with you, boss?
What's going on with you?
Man, all right, man. So, Florida State obviously beat the brakes off Miami. How you feeling? What's going on? Get it off your chest.
Man, I was trying to tell y'all for the longest, man, but y'all didn't want to listen.
Nah.
Hey, but y'all had to learn the hard way. And I did tell Kane's football talk that Fuller was gonna hold y'all to 17, but he did me better and said, "Nah, I hold y'all to 3."
Nah, it wasn't supposed to go like that, but you can keep going.
Nah, what you mean it wasn't supposed to go like that? You couldn't score versus Virginia. You thought y'all was gonna score 17 on us?
All I'm saying is it wasn't supposed to go like that, and that's how I just feel. It wasn't supposed to go like that. Game wasn't supposed to go like that.
Now I'm gonna say this. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. That the referees did save y'all on that first drive. Now.
No, that was pass interference.
There were no damn pass interference.
Oh man, here we go. But like I say, so how was it supposed to go? So y'all was supposed to win 45-3?
I ain't never said it's supposed to be the other way. I'm just saying the way that we lost it wasn't supposed to go like that.
It was supposed to be more of a fight than what that is.
Because
pretty much.
Let's be real. The mistakes made when we was like about to score on you guys, had those hadn't been made, it wouldn't be no 45-7. It wouldn't have been no 45-3. So shit happens.
If I'm not mistaken, we already had like 8 penalties in the first, couple drives, man.
Right.
But you know what?
Like,
the score says what the score says. It's 45-3. Ain't no excuse. Y'all did that.
That's why I ain't getting nothing.
We just can't let this happen. And I know that much.
Y'all knew that going into the game. You knew going to the game, you couldn't turn the ball over. You knew that going to the game, you needed damn near a flawless game to win. Or keep them getting blown out.
What really screwed us up is Tyler Van Dyke, Reed get injured too.
And if I'm Tyler Van Dyke daddy, I'll push Mario cristobal out.
Yeah. I mean, there was no reason why.
The question is, though, did Tyler Van Dyke tell the staff that he was ready? Did they evaluate him, didn't find nothing, and then he told them that he was 100? That's another question to ask.
Yeah,
the doctors could say, hey, you know, this guy, I think he's ready, this, that, and the third. But if Tyler knows that he's not ready, he can speak up. This is a grown man. This is not a kid we're talking about.
Right. Yeah, that's understandable. But at the end of the day, who's the head coach? Who's calling the shots? Mario, you should have looked at him and said, nah, you got to say the kid from himself.
But you got to wait. In practice, maybe he wasn't showing like that. Maybe he looked good, bro. Like, you got to understand, maybe he didn't, look like he was going through it. Maybe he looked like he got better and he was ready for the game. But then game time came, that situation happened. I mean,
one thing I would have done, I went ahead and evaluated him before that game. That's what I would have done. You go ahead and practice and do all of that, that's fine. But that's at practice. You know what I'm saying? And if that is, I get what you're saying. But at the same time, I have to look out for my players, because if not, I'm responsible for it. Okay? What I would have did is I would have went ahead and I would have evaluated his shoulder. If I would have felt that it would have been up to par, I don't give a damn what he would have said. You got to sit this out. I know you want to go to this game. I know you want to get revenge. I know you want to do all of that, and that's all well and good. But your future is more important than this game. That's how I feel about it. Rivalry or not, your future is more important than this game, and that's what should have been said, and that's what should have been implemented. But it wasn't, because he went out there and within the first 4 throws, he messes around, and now he's holding the shoulder, and now we don't know if it's even worse than what it was.
Oh, it's definitely worse. That's definitely worse.
But that's what I'm saying. We don't know. But you see what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what all the extent of what it's going to be now. And now you just further yourself just because you want to get out there against Florida State. Yeah, I would want to beat their ass too.
Hey, I feel like he threw his arm out, bro, because I had did that before, and the way that it looked like he threw his arm out. How I feel like he should just sat out for the rest of the season. I
had that same. I threw my arm out before, but like I say, that first throw, I'm like, man, don't look like he gonna make it. I knew that first throw, I'm like, bro, he ain't gonna make it. And then that second and third throw, he kept holding it on. I said, dog, he's going.
Well, when I seen him with the first throw, maybe I seen different. He didn't look bad. I mean, it didn't look like he had a problem at that time. It looked like we was fine and we was straight. He was throwing dots at that time, but it's not until like that second drive or something like that, because it's when they came back out, ain't it? It's when he came back out. It's when the situation.
Yeah, when he came back. Yeah, you got to understand. Right. Probably the beginning of the game, that first drive. Yeah, because
he was fine that first drive.
He probably was running off adrenaline. When you run off adrenaline, it ain't gonna hurt. But then when that adrenaline come down, and when he threw that ball, like I said, he just threw a little sidearm throw, and then next thing you know, he holding his arm. I'm like, oh yeah, he done. And for him to run back out there, I'm like, Mario, you can run that kid back out there. His shoulder is done. Yeah. You can't don't run that kid back out there. And like I said, we didn't even touch him. And like we hit it and we landed on him. Our defense end, he just touched him on his other shoulder, but it ain't like he landed on him. Next thing you know, he grabbing his shoulder. I'm like, oh, his shoulder is done.
Yeah, no, that had nothing to do with Florida State. That had all to do with his shoulder. That had nothing to do with Florida State. Yeah, because you're right. He did touch on his other shoulder. He didn't touch it. He didn't touch that. That D lineman did not apply no pressure on Tyler Van Dyke as far as with him touching his shoulder. Now chasing him, but not touching his shoulder to cause any injury. Like, no.
Yeah, no, I'm saying no. I'm saying when he was chasing, when Tyler had rolled out and he was chasing him, when he threw it, our defensive lineman, he just touched. He just like a light tap on his shoulder. He ain't like
Yeah.
he
And
didn't like.
right. You're right. It was opposite shoulder. But bottom line is, it was 45-3. We got destroyed at home. Nobody came out to execute. Nobody. They played with no heart. That's how I feel about it.
Nobody. I feel like nobody cared, bro. It's just like
nobody
nobody cared, bro. Like nobody cared about. Like nobody was like, yeah, it's like forget it.
You know what? Y'all right. Y'all right. I can say the same thing 2 years ago. When we came to y'all 2 years ago, I can honestly say we didn't even care about that game. And that's why y'all beat 52-10.
Right, like, I mean, regardless of what it is, this is Miami, Florida State. Like, y'all don't care about this game, but my whole thing is it's the upperclassmen that's doing this. Okay? Y'all get out, and to me, it looked like it was most of them. Most of them was out there that didn't want to play. So if you don't want to play, sit your ass on the bench. If you do not want to play, sit on the bench. If you don't want to be here no more, transfer. All that coddling and all of that baby crap, bottom line is what I'm trying to say, it's over with. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to earn everything, and it has to go more than just practice. You can be an elite person at practice, but when the lights come on, when you time for you to put that helmet on Saturday, then you want to sit here and look like a deer in headlights and you forget what you practice.
And I feel some type of way. I
would play everybody else that didn't play this year. I would play all the freshmen and everybody else. Yeah. If you don't want to play, have a seat.
Yeah, and I feel some type of way, man. Out of all the games we've been playing this season, people been talking junk like, Marcus, all them. Y'all been talking junk how we can't fill up stadiums, and we filled up the stadium.
Hold on that. Well, let's talk about that stadium too, because I see a lot of Florida State got a lot of misconceptions. If you want to see what the stadium looked like with Florida State fans, watch the game after the third quarter. That's how many Florida State fans was in there. The place was empty. Yeah, that was all Florida State fans that was left there. So don't nobody come and say, "Oh, Florida State fans filled up the stadium." Y'all did.
No.
It was 90-10. It was 90% Miami fans, and it was 10% Florida State fans in there.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I didn't say y'all didn't fill out. Yeah, that game, y'all sold out. Y'all sold out that game for sure.
But that's why I feel some type of way, because the boys, we filled up for them boys, and still didn't do that.
That just goes to show it don't matter.
You already know every year. It don't matter what our record is. Tallahassee or Miami, them games gonna sell out. It is what it is. And no matter if we 0-8, both teams 0-8, it don't matter. But the game is selling out.
Man, I'm trying to be like how them people in Nebraska is. They team sorry as hell, but they fill out their stadiums, bro.
There's nothing else in town to do. They know everybody in the city
gonna be in one spot, so they show up for the game. You know that.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do in Nebraska.
Yeah, I know.
It's 1,000 things to do in Miami. You can go here, South Beach. You can go to Cleveland, 183rd. You can go here and there. It's so much to do in Miami.
Yeah.
You got a lot of options in Miami to go do stuff. You ain't got that many in Nebraska.
Only got cornfields and football. That's it.
Now, apparently, I like to be tortured because I got my tickets to the Pitt game. That's our last game. That's our last home game. So I will be at that game too. So
it is what it is. I mean, I'll just
what it is. Win, lose, or draw, support. I'm still supporting this team. So
yeah, man. I'm still game. Green and orange, man.
Let's shift gears a little bit. BB, we got BB on here. He's a Gator fan. So obviously, you guys took on Texas A&M over the weekend. Basically, summarize that game. How did Florida pull this off, BB? All right, so no BB. All right, so any of you guys watched the Florida Gator versus Texas A&M game? What did y'all see from Florida in that game?
I saw a little bit of fight. Honestly, it was a high scoring game in the first quarter. So they was going back and forth, and Anthony Richardson actually threw a touchdown.
Yeah, man, I watched that game. Florida actually looked good that day.
Look all right.
Florida did win that game 41-24. Let's check the stats on that one.
That one run Anthony Richardson had, he had ran on their ass all the way to the touchdown.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he ran, but the fact of the matter is, yeah, we know he's gonna run, but the fact of the matter is that he threw the ball.
Oh yeah, he did throw the ball. He had a couple touchdowns.
All right, so in that game, Florida had a total of 28 first downs compared to 23 for Texas A&M. Third down efficiency, Florida was 4 for 12. Texas A&M 4 for 13. Fourth down efficiency, Florida was 1 out of 2. Texas A&M was 0 for 1. So, stats wise, if you look at it from play time and all that good stuff, it wasn't that big of a difference.
Yeah.
Total yards, Florida went for almost 500. Texas A&M 413.
You know what the difference
Florida
is?
had 2. What it was?
Them 2 turnovers that you see in that game stat, them 2 turnovers, the 0. That was the difference right there.
You know what I see the biggest difference is? Running the ball. Florida put up almost 300 yards on the ground. Texas A&M had 134. Passing wise, not too far apart from each other. Texas and Florida passed for 201. Texas A&M passed for 279. So the biggest difference was basically running the ball. Florida's established the run.
Yeah. And we're about to get ready to get the ball back. Let y'all. I'm about to go clock in. I'm gonna be listening to the show though.
All right. Possession-wise, if you look at time of possession, then you'll see Florida had the ball for 37 minutes compared to Texas A&M 22-53. So basically, they had Texas A&M defense out on the field a lot longer. So they basically wore them out. And, it always pays to have a running back at quarterback, especially in games when you do need to run the ball. I think Florida State could contest to that. On the tough third downs when that middle start opening up, you start to see that running back and quarterback take off.
But the funny thing, Travis ain't really been running this year. He been beating a lot of people just by throwing it.
Hey, T2, real quick, can you throw your chat back in the can you throw your the thing back in the chat for me? I'm about to jump on my tablet. That's how I'm gonna jump out on my tablet. Yeah,
it's in there.
Hey, T2Y, hey, I was watching Canes very earlier. They had Warren Sapp on there. Warren Sapp was going in on everybody. I don't know if you caught that or not.
I caught a little bit of it, but I couldn't watch the whole thing. What was he saying?
Man, Warren was going in.
I actually saw and spoke to Warren Sapp at the game.
Yeah. I know he was at the game because it was Warren Sapp, it was Coach Hayes, it was Canesville, and it was somebody else. But Warren was like, man, the reason why y'all losing because ain't nobody coaching. Mario ain't coaching. He like I don't know what all the D-line coaching because I ain't never seen a D-line play like that. But yeah, Warren, he was going in on Gattis. He like, Gattis, look, you cannot run that Big Ten offense down here, down in the South. It's not gonna work. It's too many athletes down here. So he basically telling Gattis, like, look, you probably need to go or you need to change up your offense. But Warren was going in. He was like, I ain't this ain't it.
Y'all think Gattis too stubborn? I believe all stubborn because when he came in here, he told us that he was going to put our players in the best situation, for them to succeed. If obviously your offense is not working, you think you would change it up to fit, what they're used to. Have you even watched any of these guys play last season and see what they were running and, having success doing?
You got to think about. I think a lot of offensive coordinators, I believe they believe whatever their system works. And I guess they believe if the players buy in, it'll work. Granted, you want to make adjustments, but Gattis, I've seen plenty of times both on the offense and the defensive side,
players don't know where they should go or what their assignment is.
Yeah, because they
I
still
see
learning.
a lot of guys trying to tell others where they should be or where to go.
Yeah, Gattis got that pro style offense, and when you got that pro style offense, it takes about 2-3 years. Remember, at Michigan, it took them about 2-3 years for them to learn that offense. That offense that Gattis wanted to run. But last year, it obviously worked out for them.
Yeah. Well,
so
hopefully he get it together, man.
But Warren, he was going like, man, I don't know what Gattis is calling. That's like that ain't. He can't even do simple stuff, and that's what he was also saying that Miami, y'all need to start winning y'all one-on-ones. If y'all start winning y'all one-on-ones, y'all be better. He said, but since y'all not winning y'all one-on-ones, because he's like, I guess he comes to the practices, and when he's look at the practices, y'all not doing none of that. So it's like I guess he kind of like, I mean, he said he's still sold on Mario, but I guess he's still kind of like, all right, Mario, you have to make a lot of changes or something because this ain't it.
Who we talking about?
Warren Sapp.
To my Warren Sapp when he was on Canesville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was on. It was him. Yeah, him and Coach Hayes.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of the fans want Gattis gone. I mean, they even got a whole list of names to replace him and everything already, which is crazy to me. All right, so
everybody want Jeff Scott, but I'm like, Jeff Scott really didn't do nothing at South Florida. I mean, granted, he from Florida and he got Florida ties, but he might go back to Clemson.
All right, so BB, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
All right, so Florida beat Texas A&M 41-24. What did you see in that game? What did y'all do to actually win this game? What is it? If from not look, we just looking at the score and stats, but what did you see watching that game?
Well, on French, they looked like they was just faint throughout the whole game. I say our defense. That was the biggest thing. Our defense stepped up.
Now, offensive wise, was y'all offensive line getting pushed or what was it? Because we see you got damn near 300 yards rushing. Or was that AR stats?
AR had 100. Montreal and Etienne do what they always do, about 80, 90 yards a game. So, I mean, we could run on them. We had a couple of reverses. Ricky had a couple of reverses. He had.
Okay,
and we did.
It seemed like you had three running backs carrying plus call it 4 running backs. You got Anthony.
Like y'all needed one of those.
And then
like y'all needed one of our running backs.
So with all this rushing yards that y'all picking up and everything, y'all still didn't play Lingard.
Man, stop talking about Lingard.
Y'all beating the team 41-24. Y'all still didn't even get Lingard one touch. God dang.
Oh, him shit. Naquan right either.
Hey, remember TTY said he was on Lingard's attorney.
Man. That's crazy.
So he got
All right, so passing the ball. Okay, so you had this guy. What's his name? What's his name? Ricky. So you had Ricky with 3 receptions for 65 yards. Then you had Jaquavion. He had 4 for 50. And I'm guessing Xavier Henderson. Who was y'all tight end?
Zip didn't even play. He played Sanders. Sanders and they block us though. So.
Okay, so Sanders only had 1 catch for 8 yards.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. So y'all depriving y'all tight ends up there. That's tough.
Yeah, most of our tight ends all young though. Outside of Zipper. Sanders, he was just forced to play tight end because all our young boys got hurt in camp.
Hey, so your boy Dean balled out?
Boy, don't ever say that ever in your damn life. Don't ever say that.
No.
Yeah, he just didn't get exposed, but That don't mean he balled out. He just didn't have a T. John Ivy moment. He didn't have one of them, but
All right,
I
B.
haven't
So
seen the
let's
game yet. Oh, my fault.
let's talk South Carolina. So obviously y'all at home this time around. Last year we saw them beat y'all by damn near 30.
First time
What's the
in history.
expectations in this game? Now ESPN does have you guys as a 70% chance to win this game, which I think is
Me,
laughable.
I just want to see continuums of last week, just consistent offense and defense. That's all I want to see. I can live
Now
with
for,
the results, win or lose. Just be consistent.
now for the first time all season, the numbers has flipped. Anthony Richardson has 9 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. So for the first time, he's leading with touchdowns over interceptions.
Well, that's what y'all care about. I
Now,
don't care
speaking
about
of quarterback that's not leading, you got Spencer Rattler. He has 8 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. So quarterback-wise, numbers, yardage, numbers, everything is almost the same between the two quarterbacks. Spencer Rattler threw for 1,837, while Anthony's 1,839. So 2 yards more for Anthony. Running the ball, they're a little bit better than you guys. Not by much though, like 7 yards. 1 more touchdown than your best guy in Johnson. Receiving wise, guys, their receiver, what's his name? Walls. Antoine Walls. Yeah, he's definitely on the better side of things right now versus you guys shorter. Justin Shorter.
The real weapon is Jeremiah Bell, that tight end. That's the real weapon.
And we all know when it comes to guarding tight ends, Florida get messed up. We saw how Bowers did them. But,
but Bowers, that's different. I can live with Bowers. It's the rest of them.
All right, stat-wise, Florida versus South Carolina, the Gamecocks. Points per game, the 31. Both teams about 31 a game. Florida do give up more points than them at 29, while they only giving up about 25. Yards, Florida got them in the yards. Florida gained more yards than them per game at 430, while they put up like 368. They give up about 371, while Florida give up 441. So, flip-flop both of those. You guys are pretty evenly matched, if you want to say. Now, they allow about 200 yards rushing a game, while passing, I'm sorry. They allow about 200 per game, while you guys allow about 250. Rushing-wise, they allow about 171, while y'all allowing 185. So unless Florida gets like a boost from being at home, this is an evenly match. And, if it comes down to it being even, I'm going with South Carolina.
That ain't no surprise.
I'm going with South Carolina. And I'm going with South Carolina to win.
They finally beat us in I don't know how long.
Now, if you're
they
a betting
blew us out
man,
last year on the team that quit. So, if you want to go by that, go ahead.
Now, if you're a betting man, of course, Florida right now is an 8-point favorite. Over and under is sitting at 59. So they're expecting this to probably be a high-scoring game. If it's high-scoring, I'm going to take South Carolina.
I can understand that. I can really understand that.
If you look at the points allowed, Florida let them allow more points than South Carolina do. So if it goes up to being high scoring, I'm taking South Carolina. Now, if it's a low scoring game, I think Florida has a better chance of winning that game. Now, if you look at the last couple games played by South Carolina and played by Florida, you'll see that last game they played, they beat Vanderbilt 38-27. They lost to Missouri 23-10, but they beat Texas A&M, beat Kentucky, and beat South Carolina State. Nobody cares about South Carolina State.
They lost to Missouri.
Yeah, 23-10. Now, if you look at Florida, they beat Texas A&M, They lost to Georgia by 22 points. They lost to LSU by 10. They beat Missouri, and they nobody cares about Eastern Washington. So there you have it, man. An even matchup. 75 degrees in Gainesville. Florida's at home.
We're gonna have to stop my son Lord. They running back though. We're gonna have to stop him. We don't stop him. It's gonna be a long day.
Nah, what I think is gonna happen, South Carolina gonna come in there, they're gonna whoop ass, and they're gonna leave.
Well, we know what you can.
That's it. You're gonna come in there, they're gonna be like 8
You say
points.
that about
I
everything, so we
I got South Carolina by 10.
okay.
I'm gonna take South Carolina to win this by 10. What you think, Marcus?
No, I might go with Florida on this one. I'm gonna go 28-24.
You just lost your Seminole badge.
Hey, at the end of
Marcus,
the day,
I
I gotta
rooted
be a
for y'all out here Saturday.
See, all you Seminole fans in the chat, you heard him. He said if he taking Florida to win this game. Man.
Hey,
Oh,
as long as Florida don't beat FSU, I don't care who else Florida play.
BB, what you
I
think the
rooted
score
for y'all
gonna
the
be?
one time out of the year. I rooted for y'all last week, Marcus. I was probably the biggest
I know you did. I know you did for us last week. I know you
All
was
the
smiling
Florida,
from ear to ear.
normally the Florida fans root for us, but since we've been kicking their ass in
I
recruiting,
do. No, I ain't because y'all kicking y'all ass in recruiting. Y'all just talk too much. And y'all unrealistic. That's the
bro,
problem. We ain't about no kicking our ass.
once we got Kamani, it was F minus from
Hey,
there.
ain't nobody. Y'all, what I told you. Y'all need a Kamani out there right now. Y'all should have changed it.
As soon as
Jersey and put him
Kamani
out there.
said, "I'm going to Miami," all of Florida saying, "Oh man, go Seminoles. Let's go Noles."
No, it still would have been going simple. How y'all talk so much on Twitter. Y'all need it to y'all. Normally, I do root for Miami. But the last 3-4 years, boy, I can't take y'all, boy. Y'all talk too much. Growing up, I would take the Hurricanes. But I can't do it now.
We don't win after.
It's
Other
the
than Andy
fans, y'all
Jean,
fans.
everybody we don't win after. Other than Andy Jean, Miami don't got him. Mario been stuffing Billy all year.
Man, you better stop it. Y'all didn't get your King Jackson. Y'all wanted him too. Y'all wanted Dijon. He didn't even want to go visit y'all. Y'all got to stop the lies.
Dijon was not that
Stop
high up.
it.
He was already committed. He
Man,
was already
y'all
committed to
was
somebody
high.
else.
Y'all wanted him.
He was
but
already
y'all
committed to
wanted him.
somebody else.
T2Y, what DB y'all had?
Man, you better keep an
Before
eye
y'all
on
landed
Jakeem.
Kamani just
You
now.
better keep an eye
What
on
DB
Jakeem
did
Jackson.
y'all have? Man, we're not even worried
You better
about
keep an
that.
eye on Jakeem Jackson.
We good. Jakeem saw what that shit was. You think he going there? Jakeem was going by the second half.
If I'm any recruit,
He was going by the first quarter.
If I'm any recruit, especially a DB, I'm looking at Miami DBs like, oh, that's
Him
food
and
right there.
Gene.
Yeah.
Him and Gene was going by the first quarter.
Like that's food right there. I can go down there and take that spot.
You got to think
Gene
about
and
that,
Jackson
man.
was
Like,
gone by the first quarter. So we not even worried about
that,
y'all.
No, I'm just saying, but y'all got
to. On the way.
Hey, but y'all,
if
you
I'm
got
a
to think
recruit
about that,
right
man.
now, I'm looking at Miami DBs and I'm like, oh, that's food. I'm going to take that. That's mine.
Hey,
right
well, that's y'all. We'll never lack.
As long as Miami has a hat on that table, they have a chance.
Yep.
Uncle Phil.
Better
well,
ask
we ain't worried
Florida.
about it.
You better ask Florida. They like
What about McCain?
They like 1-8 right now against Miami and recruit.
Y'all can have McCain. Good. Y'all need him.
He's the best player in the country.
Y'all need him.
Y'all need him too.
Now,
Y'all need him.
Hold on.
No,
Now,
we
Florida
don't.
State.
We don't get
Florida
bombed every week. By who?
Hold on. Now, Florida State, we see
Who we get bombed by?
After y'all beat us 45-3, the next morning we wake up to see Sam McCall hit the transfer portal. And then like 20 minutes later, he take it back. What's going on up there?
No, he's in the transfer portal.
He not. He took it back. As soon as he did. He said he over-exaggerated.
From what I'm hearing, he said he was in his feelings about something. What was he in his feelings about?
No.
Because he didn't get to play Saturday. That's all it was about. He didn't get to play Saturday. The other two freshmen played, Azariah Thomas. So I guess he felt some type of way.
I get it. I know what it was. Everybody was calling them up. Oh, y'all boys beat Miami 45-3, man. What did you do in that game? Rolled the bench.
Hey, so wait, let me ask you. You guys said he took it back, right? But on 247, he's on the transfer portal.
No, he's not. He's been in practice. He's not in the transfer portal.
I'll send a link. It says Sam McCall transfer portal immediate eligibility on 247 sports page.
Yeah, it's either
so
in the portal
right
or they didn't update
it's
it.
right now. It's updated. Someone else posted before said that someone said that he was fake about it was wrong.
Oh, so he actually is in the transfer portal.
It says it. Go on the website.
Hey,
go on 247.
Hey, more power to him.
Oh boy said, "Hey, I told you what happened." And his homeboy like, "Damn, boy, y'all put a beating on Miami, boy. What did you do in that game?" Rolled the bench.
Well, you know that's Kamani homeboy.
Rolled the bench. Bench warmers.
Hey.
Sam McCall in disguise.
I know I play you know you guaranteed to be in position to play next year. Like,
but
ain't
no Miami.
No question. Y'all should go after him. Y'all need him.
more than likely, he'll end up in Gainesville. He'll end up in Bama.
Yeah, I already know that, but I don't think we're gonna take him. We're taking too many safeties. I don't know if we're gonna take him.
Man,
That depends who else.
Well, didn't he? At one point, wasn't he committed to Florida and then he flipped?
Yeah. Well, after we lost Torrey and Gray, he decommitted.
Yeah, so you can't trust that too much.
Hey, BB, what happened to that one boy that got dismissed?
Cool.
Y'all had dismissed the DN or something? What happened with that?
Oh, damn, that was the biggest difference in the game. We didn't have nobody overrun the play. That was another positive. Ray Carson was out there for himself.
Why that
He was
happened?
playing for himself. He was too selfish. He would never contain. It was just he was playing for himself. He was bad cancer in the locker room.
So apparently, if it hasn't updated, then it's still there. Sam McCall is in the transfer portal. No longer listed as a 5-star though. Listed as a 4-star now. So apparently, going up to Gainesville,
they dropped him and Kamal Wilson after they did that new ranking.
So there you go. Sam McCall is officially still in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't an emotional decision. I guess I know what it is, man. He probably checked his bank account, was like, why am I playing up here and I ain't getting no NIL deals? I ain't getting no money. We just scored 45 points. That boy said we just scored 45 points and my account negative 45 right now.
Right.
Now the transfer portal where you really want to look at is Auburn. Auburn got a lot of talent in that transfer portal.
I don't know. I don't know about a lot of talent.
I mean, you got two 4-star wide receivers that's available immediately. I know Miami needs some receivers. Shoot. Then you got an athlete here. I'm not sure what position he's listed. Texas A&M should have some too. And there you go. You got some more from Auburn. You got on the D line. You got a corner. Yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot of them in the portal.
Auburn don't have a lot until they hire probably the right person.
They have an admin problem.
So I mean, it is what it is. He said it's Cap Sam seen at practice. He might be at practice. He might be playing out the rest of the year before he go into the portal. You know, kids play. Somebody probably got in his ear. Somebody probably got in his ear and say, "Yo, why are you hitting the transfer portal now? You might as well just stick it out to the end of the year and then get in there."
Well, that's what
makes no sense. Makes no sense for you not to be.
Hit the portal until the 5th, December the 5th.
Yeah, it makes no sense for you, to be in the portal now because you can't go nowhere. You might as well stick with the team, get the practices, get the workouts, continue working on your craft, and then when it's time comes, just get up out of there. I never understand why kids, hit the portal when they can't go nowhere or they can't do anything. Just stick with the team, suck it up.
Yeah.
Stick with the team, and then at the end of the year, make a decision.
Well, that's what's happening with Miami because you already know this. Half this roster is going to be gone next year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Easily.
We got a
half the
couple
roster.
gonna be gone too.
That's a good thing though. That
No
just
more
gives us more
trading.
recruits.
Thank God, boy. Can't wait.
All right.
And that boy gonna stay. He ain't gonna leave.
Boy, I can't wait.
He gonna stay.
All right. So Florida State goes
Can't
on the
stay. He
road.
got no more eligibility.
Who do you think's staying?
Somebody trade these, man. That thing gone. You better take it out of the NFL or home or local grocery store or something.
So
Won't
FSU
be
goes
playing
on the
for
road
Florida.
this week. FSU goes on the road. They're taking on Syracuse. Both teams come
damn.
into this game at 6-3. This is an 8:00 game on ACC Network. Sorry, 8. Florida State, y'all ain't on national TV no more. That's tough. Yeah, we basically help y'all get back on national TV.
No,
so
they help y'all.
they help us do
Y'all
that.
on
We
Network.
didn't need that game to be on national TV. We didn't need the world to see that shit.
Yeah, I still don't understand how that game was even on national TV.
All right, so Syracuse.
They had to.
Obviously,
Florida, Miami.
now the
Florida State,
line
Miami.
is Florida State is a 7-point favorite. The over and under is at 51 for you guys out there. That's the betting man.
That's a weird. That's kind of. I don't think it's gonna be that high scoring.
All right, so
It's gonna be a good defensive game.
now if you look at both of these teams from a stat standpoint, points per game, Florida State is scoring 33. Syracuse with 30. Hold on a sec. Okay. Syracuse with 30 yards. Florida State is almost averaging 500 a game, while Syracuse is at 368. Yards allowed, passing 165 for Florida State, 165 for Syracuse. Rushing allowed, 143 for Florida State, 141 for Syracuse. So these are two teams that stat-wise, looks a little bit even. So I can definitely see this game going either way. With that being said, I'm taking Syracuse by 14. Now, if you look at Florida State last couple games, the last game they beat Miami, and then they beat Georgia Tech, and before that they went on a 3-game losing streak. Now, if you look at Syracuse, they're on their 3-game losing streak right now. So they could possibly break that streak against Florida State, or Florida State can make that streak continue. Nonetheless, Syracuse by 14, if you ask me. What you guys think?
I take Syracuse by 10.
Tough one though.
I take Syracuse by
I
10.
think Syracuse might get them. I think Syracuse might get them. 10 or 7.
Now, according to FSU Rose, Syracuse don't have a quarterback.
I mean, I think FSU should win the game, but I mean, I think it's gonna come down to a field goal. Honestly, I think it's gonna be really close.
Syracuse just got a tough defense.
They do. They play really good defense.
All
right. So Syracuse.
They don't have a quarterback, baby, and I don't know him. Florida State might get him. Florida State gonna score.
Now, if you look at the numbers between quarterbacks, Jordan Travis this season has thrown 17 touchdowns compared to 4 interceptions. On the other hand, you got a guy here that throws 14, 5 interceptions. What's this guy named? Garrett versus Jordan Travis. Now, I'm not sure. According to Rose, I'm guessing Garrett is injured, so might be a backup quarterback. So Florida State might actually have a shot in this game. I changed my mind. They might not lose by 14. They might lose by 7 now. Trey Benson, of course, the leading rusher for Florida State with 611 yards and 5 touchdowns. On the other hand, you got Tucker for Sean Tucker for Syracuse. He's at 155 carries, for 777 yards and 7 touchdowns. Seems like 7 is this guy's lucky number, so they might beat Florida State by 7. Just saying.
Baby, right there.
Receiving wise, also the advantages with Syracuse if you compare their top receivers. So I'm rolling with Syracuse, and it's not that I don't like Florida. Yes, it is. I don't like them.
Yes, it is.
Now this game is supposed to be 36 degrees. 36 degrees. This is another reason why I'm giving Syracuse an advantage.
It's in the dome, though.
It's in the dome, but 36 degrees is still 36 degrees.
No, that's outside temperature.
It'll probably go up a little bit. Let's just say this game will be at like 60 degrees.
It's going to be. They'll keep it warm inside the dome. I mean, warmer. It's not going to be 36 inside the dome.
Yeah, but with all those people in there, you don't want to turn on the heat because then a lot of them people got hot breath already. So
No. I don't mean they're going to turn on the heat, but they're not going to. It's not going to be 36 when you walk in there. That's all I'm saying.
It'll be like 60, and then all the people talking with their hot breath, it'll be about 65. So I'm gonna take Syracuse for the win. All you Florida State fans in the chat, y'all can chime in. What you think the score is gonna be? What you guys think the score will be for this game?
I'll go 31. I say 31-25 Syracuse.
That's what I'm talking about. I like that.
24-17 Florida State.
Hold on,
I feel like it's gonna be I feel like it'll be a high scoring game. So
hold on, we couldn't hear him. Say it again.
24-17 Florida State.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here, please. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
I mean, it's a toss-up game. I mean, both teams are relatively equal. I mean, they both have some decent wins on the year, and
Hey, I give it a high-scoring game. I go 42-35 on Syracuse.
That could happen too. I think Florida State's got a good defense, though.
I don't see that being. I don't see either team scoring more than like 24 points. Honestly, I just can't see it.
Both teams got defense.
They both have. Both of the defenses are better than the offenses.
Yeah, it's kind of why I went like 31-25. I figure something. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but that's just kind of what I'm going with.
All right, so
I got my. Oh, my fault.
Some of the scores in the chat. Let's get it, man. 34-21. He says, I'm guessing he's saying 34 Syracuse, 21 Florida State. Gotcha.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, no, never mind. He said Florida State. So now he's lying. Now he's lying. Matthew Walker says 28-21 Florida State. Matthew Walker is a Gator. Y'all should take his badge away, BB.
I know what he wants. I want him to win too. I want them to win that too.
He says Florida State 28-21. Matthew Walker.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
Florida still has to play Florida State this year, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So the Ohio State fan says 31-20 Florida State. Obviously, he's camping too. 34-17. I'm guessing he's a Florida State fan. I'm guessing that's a Florida State score. You guys, when you put the score in the chat, please verify who's going to win the game at least.
He's wearing orange, so
but you know what? If you put the score in the chat like that, I'm just going to say Syracuse 34, Florida State 17.
That's right.
That's tough.
Of course you
are. TTY for the Florida State game, I got them both tying up 0-0.
I bet you do.
Unfortunately, somebody's got to win. I mean, unfortunately, somebody's got to win, even if they got to go into 4 overtimes. So,
nobody going 4 overtimes like right here. Go 14 points.
All right, so we got a 31-17 Florida State. Rose says 45-17 Florida State. Lenore says 24-16 Syracuse. All right, Marcus, what's going on, Marcus? Marcus, what's your score prediction for this game, Marcus? All right, Marcus loading in. What's your score prediction for the game? Syracuse is going to win 28-27.
All right.
Miami fans better all y'all people against Florida State.
Marcus, you can hear us?
Yo, what happened?
What's your score prediction for Florida State versus Syracuse?
Well, it depends who play quarterback. If they start to play, I mean, we're going to still win 35-31. If they start or don't play, it's going to be a blowout.
Okay. So if they start to play, y'all going to lose 35-31. And if they start or don't play, then it's a blowout. They're going to beat y'all by 100.
Only keep you one.
Oh, that was good.
Y'all can't tell me that ain't what y'all just heard, man.
You fit the whole company. They didn't say they were going to lose.
Y'all cannot tell me that ain't what y'all just heard them say.
No, if they start, if Schrader play for Syracuse, they got a chance. If he don't play, we blowing them out.
Yeah, you're right about that, boy.
Man, Lord says Syracuse 52, Florida State 10.
Oh, wow, that's messed up.
Chris says Syracuse 38, Florida State 31. Is there any Florida State fan that actually believe they're going to lose this game?
No.
No. Now, you know, right now.
Why should they?
Louise says Syracuse 45, Florida State 13. All right, so the Florida State fans think they're going to win. There's a couple Gators that think Florida State's going to win. They want them to win. And
all Miami fans think we're going to lose.
Yeah, exactly, Martin.
Listen,
y'all, hey, they dying to hope people lose Saturday.
You know what I want to see that game?
Florida State
I want to see.
Florida State to die.
I want to see Syracuse beat Florida State 46-3.
Let's be realistic. You want that to happen, but we know that.
Just trolling so hard.
What?
Amy Burger. You hear your boy?
I'm just saying. I'm a Miami fan too, but I ain't gonna troll nobody like that, man. That's like angry stuff, man.
That's what Miami fans do.
Hey, that's T2Y at his finest, man.
No, it's all right. I mean, hey, look, the man says before every show, this is what this show's about. If you don't like it, you don't need to be part of it. So, you know,
it's all good. It's all fun and love over here.
It is until you get smoked 45-3.
Man, I'm still. I told Florida State fan, win or lose, I'm keeping that same energy.
Yeah, forget Florida State.
You know what I can do though? I can use the same excuse they use when we beat them 52-10. I can use the same excuse they did when we beat them 52-10. Oh, y'all happy y'all beat a down Miami team. Y'all happy y'all beat a down Miami team.
Yeah, y'all beat a down Miami team.
Florida State said they were gonna be down. Y'all didn't say that. Don't y'all get away with that. 10-2. That's all I heard.
Shout out to everybody that subscribed to the channel. Right now, we are 3 subscribers away from 11K. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. We're 3 subscribers away from 11,000.
Just 3 subscribers, y'all. Just go ahead and subscribe.
I know it's a little bit late in the week, but today I did drop 2 videos. One about the Clemson Tigers losing to Notre Dame, and Alabama fans, going nuts about losing to LSU. Somebody need to step away from the TV.
Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah, that's not me either.
Ain't TV in my room.
Hold on,
I ain't in front of no
one
TV.
by one. Okay, so it's not him.
That might be BB right there with all that stuff in the background.
Yeah, that's BB.
Oh, I don't know how.
I hear it. It just sounds like a lot of gurgling.
Nah, it's not BB. BB's muted right now, and I still hear it. Hold on.
I got nothing on in my house. I don't know how it could be me if it's me.
All right, so it's not Canes Football Talk. It's not BB. Let me see, Berkey. Oh, I don't hear it no more. Actually, I still hear it.
Nope.
Hell, my door closed, so you know.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from.
I mean, like I said, I got nothing on in my house.
Well, it stopped now. I don't hear it.
It stopped now. I don't hear it no more. Whatever that was. Okay.
Weird.
Yeah, man. So Syracuse by 100. Take it. Lay the points.
Oh, man.
Let me double check over here.
Oh.
All right, so this week, man, Syracuse versus Florida State. Miami takes on Georgia Tech, and Florida's the only one at home. They take on South Carolina Gamecocks.
Yeah, Florida should win that pretty easily.
Yeah, we said that last year, and then they got beat by 30.
Yeah, but 9 out of 10 times Florida's gonna win that game, so I'll take Florida in that game.
Not so fast, my friend. Syracuse is 6-3.
I didn't say Florida State. I said Florida.
Yeah, but Syracuse is 6. Not Syracuse. I'm sorry.
South Carolina.
South Carolina is 6-3.
Oh, are they really? I didn't even know. I know they got what's his name, the Oklahoma quarterback. I forgot his name already. Yeah, Spencer Rattler.
He's better than Anthony Richardson. I'll take him for the win.
I mean, at one point, wasn't Spencer Rattler the #1 high school recruit coming out when he first came in or something like that?
Yeah, he's going to have Heisman candidate numbers against Florida.
All right.
Oh, man.
And that's the kid that just decommitted from Texas A&M, the linebacker, Anthony Hill. He's heading over to Texas, I think, this weekend for a visit. Something like that. I know that people are saying they think UM has a shot, but I don't know of anything that's lined up with him coming here other than he said that he's pushing his commitment date back till signing day. They just don't know if they mean December 5th or later in February.
Now, I want to say a quick shout out to the basketball teams in the state of Florida. The Florida Gators, they won their opening game. The Miami Hurricanes, they won their opening game. And them boys up in Tallahassee, they just had to lose their opening game.
The women's team won their game too. What is it, the Cavender twins or whatever they're called? They played.
Yeah, the Cavender twins. Yeah, I've been paying attention to them 2 years.
All right, I'm going over to Twitter real quick. Pull up some of these scores,
Yeah, does anyone think? I think Jake Garcia and TVD are out after this year.
I don't know about TVD.
Yeah.
But Jake Garcia, yeah, I think he's gone.
Dude, I don't know what happened to him, but he is just
that's the same thing. Yeah, Jake Garcia just don't look like. I don't know.
He's not even confident anymore.
I feel like he needs to calm down. Like I feel like he goes a little too fast.
Y'all think it's him or y'all think it's a system?
It's him.
Nah, when it comes down to him, I feel like it's like his decision making a little bit. Like he's a little too fast, like thinking too fast or reacting too fast.
Yeah, he's not comfortable.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It's to me like it comes across as the same story that you hear year after year that, sometimes, a kid when he's not the best player on the field anymore and he's out there with guys just as good or better, they're not able to take it up a notch. And I'm not saying Jake isn't good enough, but right now, he's not able to do what he was able to do in high school because guys are a lot better.
The problem is our fan base always hypes up these guys way before they even touched a football.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking as far as what we're actually seeing on the field, and I get that you're not wrong. I'm just saying that what you're looking at on the field, you can see he's not quick enough as a quarterback to do what he wants to do as opposed to what the defenses are able to do to him because throwing those picks that he's throwing, man.
They're just horrible. I mean, it's like it's not even like a bad, it's just like he's directly throwing it to them.
Yeah, that last one that he threw against Florida State where he's at the 10-yard line, that was disgusting.
It was the same play he did against Duke.
But he did that.
It was the exact same play.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. He did the same exact saying that he did against Duke. He did the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's almost like he's not even.
Miami's still gonna beat Florida State next year. Watch.
Yeah. I believe TBD comes back next year. That's what I believe.
I
can't see it.
No,
I think if he,
I just believe he just comes back and them young quarterbacks with Ja'Carry Brown's getting his little start now, but I just feel like TBD comes back next year. He starts. And get them young guys ready, and then TBD heads to the NFL.
I think that if he's able to get his shoulder straight before tryouts and all that for the NFL start this year, and he's able to show out well in some pre-camp combines, he's gone. Because it's about projections for the NFL, and even though he looked like mortal this year, if he does well enough that they think that he's good enough, they'll take him. And they'll put him in an NFL camp and they'll sit him for a year and let him train and blah, 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 and then they'll bring him along. I'm just thinking that I can see something like that happening.
I see him transferring, honestly.
I don't see him going to – I'm sorry. I don't see TBD leaving to another college.
Well, where would you think he would transfer to?
SMU.
They saying
SMU,
but I'll tell you why, because that's where he's comfortable at. Rhett Lashley understood,
But y'all not paying attention to SMU. SMU already got a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think he would go there, and I know that's a popular pick, but I think he'd be more. I just think that, like I said, I think that if he can throw the ball again over the next 6 months, like the way he used to throw it, and he does well in a combine, he's going to the NFL. Because someone will put a second, third, fourth round pick on him and stick him in a freezer for a year and let him work up his body and whatnot and get better.
I believe 100% do not see him coming back to this team though. There's just no. If he comes back to this team, I'll be shocked.
Well, I think that's why Mario is using Ja'Carry as much as he is right now. He wants to give him as much game time as possible to get him ready for next year. And that's what it looks like. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like.
No, that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, Ja'Carry played well the last few games. Tyler, he gone.
They didn't let him throw so much. It's more what he can do with his legs as an athlete, and he isn't a great athlete. But I think that they're going to work with him to get him better throwing.
I mean, he threw pretty good against FSU though. He had a couple good passes. I was impressed with. Really good passes.
Somebody got an echo.
Yeah, I don't. Put me on mute and see if it's me.
Yeah, put me on mute too.
See, I still hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not me because when I just talked, I just heard my voice come up on somebody's background, so that it can't be me.
Yeah, it's not me either.
I think that's you, Marcus.
Yo.
Yeah, that might be.
Oh, yeah. Peanut's here.
Let me take Henry Lee comment off real quick. I can see where it's buzzing from. Y'all keep talking.
The only thing y'all see in the background is my AC. I got the AC going.
No, it's not an AC. It's an echo.
Yeah, it
Oh, it is coming from Berkey.
Are you serious?
Y'all keep talking.
All right, good. No, let me bounce me off. I'll switch out my headphones. Maybe it's just my headphones are picking up something. I'll put on a different pair of headphones.
Okay.
Yo.
Okay,
It's still happening.
It's still not Berkey. It's not Berkey.
Yeah.
Be back in. All right, I'm back.
Yeah, it's not Berkey.
I didn't realize I was in the background. I'm yelling at the TV. Well, put me back in, and then I just realized.
Well, did I echo when I talk?
Nah, I don't hear it.
Marcus, do you have the YouTube the video muted?
Yeah, I can hear somebody in the background.
It sounds like the video. There we go. Yeah, I think he had his video on YouTube. Like he actually.
Yeah, that's Marcus. That's you.
Yeah, that was Marcus. Yeah, now it's coming back. Yeah, Marcus, that's you, bro.
You got to find a way to kill the YouTube volume.
You gotta go click on it and just turn the volume down.
On your app, click on YouTube and exit YouTube.
Just turn the volume down. Oh yeah.
See Desmond Rich coming this week.
The link's in the chat, Marcus, for if you want to come back in. The link's in the chat. And Release it. I want to talk about basketball now. It ain't my fault y'all lost. It ain't my fault we won our opening game and y'all lost y'all opening game. Hey, green guy, people all that clicking on the keyboard to find a basketball game score. We ain't trying to pull up that score. We already seen that score too many times. Them Gators, they did win their opening game too.
Did they?
Yeah, they won their first game, you know. Like I said, Miami won their game, Florida State lost their game. And the Florida Gators, they won their game.
I ain't a Gator fan in basketball. I mean, I root for the Gators, but I hope they always do good. But I'm a Tar Heel fan in basketball.
I'm gonna tell you now.
North Carolina.
Every basketball game the Gators play, I hope they lose by 30.
Boy, you crazy.
The only time I never rooted against y'all was when y'all had Joakim Noah.
That was like almost 20 years ago.
That was back in like 08.
No, it wasn't that 2005, 2006, something like that?
Yeah, around that time.
It was 06. Yeah, it was 06, 08. Yeah, because we was on the team to win.
They had Billy Donovan.
Yeah.
I hope Syracuse beat y'all by 14, Henry. But if they want to beat y'all by 21, I ain't mad at them.
I'm really angry.
You know what? I did say I was going to throw UCF in this little mix. So let's go back to ESPN. Let's pull up UCF. But UCF, arguably right now, is listed as the best team in Florida. Sorry, Florida State.
What's UCF's record?
I think they have 2 losses. I think they're 7-2.
8-2, right?
7-2.
So I think it's 7-2.
7-2.
They're 7-2, and they rank number 22 in the country.
Oh, I don't know. They were ranked.
Damn.
Yeah, number 22 in the country.
Who they just beat this weekend? They just beat.
So their only
they beat
loss is
Memphis
the Eastern.
and Cincinnati. Damn.
Memphis. That's who it
Now
was.
they take on. They got a ranked matchup this week too, versus Tulane.
Oh yeah, Tulane is the best in the West.
Tulane number 17 and they 22. So if they beat them, they could jump up in the rankings even more. And then Florida State fans gonna be mad because now they're gonna be listed better than them.
Well, if they're 7-2, they're obviously the best team in the state right now. I mean,
yeah, I mean, given that schedule, the only loss they have on there is Louisville and East Carolina.
Wow,
They
no,
beat
y'all
Georgia.
probably couldn't win.
They beat Georgia Tech 27-10.
Yeah, they whooped Georgia Tech. That was on what, Friday night, I think.
They'll finish off the season against Tulane, Navy, and USF.
They should finish at least with 9 wins minimum.
Yeah, they will do.
If they beat Tulane, I got them winning out.
100% winning out if they beat Tulane.
Yeah, they should.
Only team right now that's standing their way up that conference championship is Tulane.
Well, they have to play a Minnesota championship too.
Yeah, but not so fast. I mean, Cincinnati is sitting right on their tail. So if they end up losing this game, then Cincinnati could possibly, be the one to play.
Oh yeah.
So they definitely got to beat Tulane.
Yeah, they have 2 conference losses.
Let's see what Cincinnati got left. Cincinnati play East Carolina. That could be an L.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's East Carolina ain't no 2 out.
And then they also play Tulane again, so it's a good chance that UCF make it. Why they got Miami on here? Ranked in the top 40 recruiting classes. Oh, okay, they talking about the recruiting classes. I like it. Why are we on Cincinnati page? Yeah, so UCF doing pretty good, man. They might end up in the bowl game, probably against Florida State and beating Florida State. Because, I mean, if you think about it, it's going to be Clemson versus North Carolina in the ACC Championship.
Yep.
So, winner probably, going to the Orange Bowl or possibly the playoffs, depending on how this thing shape up. If some of them top 5 teams could lose, Clemson could possibly climb back up in there somehow with an ACC championship. And North Carolina, then they possibly will go to the Orange Bowl, and then the bowl games will trickle on down, depending on where Florida State is at. They could possibly be playing UCF in the bowl game.
Yeah, I can see that.
I hope that happened, and I hope UCF beat them by 25.
Clemson ain't making it to the playoffs. That loss to Notre Dame was
that did it.
Yeah, that they were out of it. Yeah.
Because you
that means UCF will have beaten Florida and then beaten Florida State.
Well, let's look at
rankings.
Let's look at Clemson's road. They could possibly get back up in there, maybe.
No,
there's no way.
Let's go to this rankings real quick. College football rankings.
I see a 1-loss Michigan team getting or Ohio State team getting it before Clemson.
Yeah, I mean, both Michigan. Yeah, I was gonna say that's that's like what happened with.
So there's a chance. I mean, you got Clemson at number 10.
There's no way.
They're at number 10 right now. So obviously, Ohio State and Michigan plays each other.
There's one of them would get on over Clemson still. Even with
but look what Tennessee. Look where Tennessee fell to after playing Georgia. So Ohio State and Michigan, I can't see either one of them falling no further than 6, and that might even be a lot if they fall that far.
They still got enough teams on the schedule to lose 2, right?
I mean, Michigan or Ohio State?
TCU, Michigan.
I mean, TCU plays Texas, but I mean, even with that, a 1-loss TCU team, I think, or a 1-loss Michigan or Ohio State team is better than Clemson. But every team above Clemson right now is better than them. Even LSU.
Again, the Notre Dame loss is just too much of an asterisk right now.
Peanut said Alabama get a tune up over 100,000. What? Yes. So Clemson at 10. Clemson at 10. Let's see. Go back. I'm gonna do it this way. I ain't got time to flip back and forward.
Clemson get a New Year's 6 bowl.
So you got Ohio State and Michigan. They're gonna stand in each other's way. TCU, all they got to do is just win out, and they'll be in. Then you got Oregon and USC. They're obviously gonna stand in each other's way. One of them will possibly get in, but both of them already got a loss.
I mean, both of them are already gonna get destroyed by any team in front of them.
So, I mean, Georgia's already, showed Oregon who daddy is. LSU right now, they're creeping up. All they got to do is just. I think LSU with a 2 loss could still get in the playoffs.
No, play the SEC championship game.
If they win out and win that SEC championship game against Georgia,
they
will
get in.
be
They can
in
get
the
in.
playoffs.
Yeah,
they will be in there.
They're not being Georgia. I highly doubt they're going to beat Georgia.
Yeah, so it's a question mark for LSU. They control their own destiny. All they got to do, win out and beat Georgia. They will be in the playoffs. They will not keep them out of there.
If you got 2 undefeateds and you still got a couple of 1-loss teams, Tennessee and Ohio, they're not.
Well, you won't have 2.
LSU isn't jeeping. LSU isn't jumping either one of them.
If LSU beats Georgia,
all LSU has to do once they win out and they beat Georgia in the NCC championship, the number 1 team in the country, and they're ranked 7, they'll go up in the rankings even more by winning out. They will be in the playoffs. They're not going to keep the SEC championship team out of there.
Yeah, there's no
2
way.
losses or not.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say no because anything could happen. But
okay, let's do the scenario. LSU wins out, Georgia wins out. They're both in the SEC championship. LSU wins that championship.
Yeah.
LSU would move to possibly number.
No, LSU would be number 4 probably. I'd say number
2
4.
or 3. I would give them 2 or 3.
You're going to jump Tennessee, you're going to jump TCU, and you're going to jump the winner of. I mean, that's. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna take Ohio State to be number 1. If LSU beat Georgia, I think LSU will be number 2. TCU will probably be in there, and then probably out of Oregon and USC.
But to me, the thing is the Ohio State-Michigan thing. You got 2 versus 3. Playing 2, number 3 playing number 2, number 2 playing number 3. You're going to penalize one of those teams if they lose over a 2-loss team?
They're going to take LSU. You can't leave the SEC
I'll tell you right now, the way LSU makes it is they're easily going to jump Oregon and Tennessee. That's not even a question if they beat Georgia. My question would be is if TCU loses out, if they lose a game, and then also depending on where they rank Georgia, because Georgia depends how the loss is. Georgia could still be in the top 4. It'd probably be number 4.
Yeah, if Georgia loses that SEC championship, and it's not, the Georgians will probably drop to number 4. Georgia's still going to be in there. And
same thing with Michigan and Ohio State when they play each other. If it's a close game, I can see both of them still staying in the playoffs.
So you'll have. I'm guessing Ohio State going to take out Michigan. So you'll have Ohio State possibly ending up number 1. LSU probably 2 or 3 after beating Georgia and winning out. And you'll have Georgia at 4. It just depends on who's going to be at 3. Is it TCU? Is it Oregon? Is it USC?
There's just
is it even Clemson?
No, Clemson's out. They're 100% out. They would need major, like all those teams ahead of them to lose at least one game.
Yeah, but think about it.
You can even see Tennessee getting in there.
Nah, I know. Tennessee could if it depends if TCU loses to Texas and then Michigan, Ohio State, I could see Tennessee getting in there too.
I'm just saying, if LSU win that SEC championship,
it's gonna
with only
shake
2
up
losses, they getting in that championship.
You've had 2 losses to make before.
I don't think so.
I absolutely think so because if you look at it now, Georgia wins out, lose the SEC championship. They'll probably drop from 1 to 4 because if LSU wins out and make it to the SEC championship, they're not going to be 7 when they play Georgia. They're going to be probably maybe 5th in the country.
Yeah, and also depends if TCU loses a game or not. If TCU loses one game, they're out completely. Like they're completely out.
TCU in order for TCU to be in here, they got to win every freaking game, every one.
So if TCU wins out, Ohio. Okay. So if TCU wins out,
TCU wins out.
So Ohio State still plays Michigan. So when Ohio State plays Michigan, whichever one of those lose, LSU is going to move ahead of them.
It depends.
Before the SEC championship game?
After the SEC championship game.
I think it depends, though, also, how the loss is. Like, if Ohio State or Michigan, like, kill each other, like, depending on what the score is, then, I mean, if Michigan goes out and gets straight out, like, 35-0 or something, I mean, Michigan's going to be out. That's how that's going to work.
Yeah,
all right.
But if LSU beats Georgia, there's no way you can tell me they're not better than Oregon and Tennessee. I mean, Oregon is not going to. Even Oregon being USC, I don't think they deserve to be in the top 4. They haven't played anyone.
Now, if you look at Clemson's the rest of their
that
schedule,
loss just kills it, man. That 35.
LSU. Not LSU. Louisville. They'll beat Louisville.
I don't know. They could lose.
They'll beat Miami.
I think they can lose.
They'll beat South Carolina. So they can win all 3 of these games. Now, if these games are nail biters, then yeah, go ahead and count Clemson out.
Clemson's out already.
That loss was just horrifying. The 14 points were scored late, and it doesn't even matter. It should have been 35-0. Like they got.
Yeah, but if you look at Clemson has 1 loss. You got Oregon
they didn't
with
play.
1
They didn't
loss.
play nobody though. They didn't play nobody. Clemson has not played anyone.
If you look at Clemson got 1 loss. They lost to Notre Dame 35-14. You got Oregon up here with 1 loss, 49-3 against Georgia.
Yeah, but that was also the number 1 team.
Yeah,
but either way, I still don't think
Clemson's
Oregon's that good.
Though, when you win Clemson, if you look at Clemson wins, they beat Syracuse, who was ranked, I think 10th at the time,
and now they're at 3 straight losses.
Maybe it was 14. Who knows? They beat NC State, who was 10th in the country, and they beat Wake Forest too. That was ranked.
Look
That's
at
3 ranked
those teams
opponents.
are all not good anymore.
Now, if
like,
you look
it was at the time, but it's not. It matters at the time of it. Oh, I know. I think Oregon hasn't played no one. I've said that.
Exactly. So if Oregon has a chance to get up in there, Clemson. But
I don't think Oregon has a chance. Is what I'm saying, and that's why I'm saying I'd take LSU over Oregon and Clemson any day.
Because if you look at Oregon's win, their best win is against UCLA.
UCLA hasn't played anyone either.
And BYU, and BYU hasn't looked too hot either.
They haven't played.
BYU.
But if you look at Oregon, though, look at Oregon's next couple of games. They got Washington, they got Utah. Those are 2 ranked opponents.
Yeah, I see that. We'll see what they do against Utah, but I mean.
So as of right now, they do have a stronger chance of getting in over Clemson, but they have to win those games. Clemson's path is a lot easier as well. Yeah, let's take a look at USC.
Clemson's path is easier, but that means that even gives them more of a reason not to get in.
Clemson doesn't have a path anymore. They're done.
Even beating North Carolina is not going to get them in the top 4. Unless TCU loses like 1 or 2 games and Michigan loses 1 or 2 games, there's absolutely no way. Like they need a lot to lose. There's no way.
You got
USC they play Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. They got UCLA. Those are 2 ranked opponents also.
Yeah, but UCLA is not good. Look at their schedule. Let's see who they played. I don't know how they're number 12. I mean,
but you know they're gonna look at it. Okay, you beat a number 12 team, then you beat a number 20th, and these numbers might actually change.
Not necessarily though, because if you look, LSU wasn't even. I don't even think they were ranked. Were they ranked when they beat Bama, and then they went all the way to number 7?
Yeah, but if you look at the rest of USC's schedule,
I mean, look at that.
They haven't really played nobody other than Utah, and when they did play Utah, they lost. So Clemson does have a shot. They do have a shot. Slim, but they still have a shot.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying, if LSU wins out, that's my biggest thing. If LSU wins out and win the ACC Championship, they're in.
Oh, no. I can see.
They'll probably be the first team with 2 losses in there.
Oh, I think they've had a team with 2 losses.
No.
Before.
Have they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have.
Hey, TC, I ain't gonna lie. I give it a Tennessee getting in there before.
Nah, there's no way. Because how do you have Tennessee in there if LSU beat Bama and Georgia? They go off the eye test. You gotta remember, they go off the eye test.
Because they lost to Florida State.
Yeah, but in the first game of the week that was horrible.
But it still counts as one of their 2 losses.
But they don't care though. You got to remember, this is the eye test now. It's not BCS ranking.
Hey.
But what you got to look at, Berg, is you got an LSU with 2 losses that's ranked ahead of all these other teams with 1 loss.
I'm not saying that they can't get in. I'm just saying I just don't see it with 2 losses. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's cool, but I don't see it. But
got Tennessee beat them.
With 2 losses, they're not keeping an SEC championship team out of there.
Exactly. There's no way.
And if Georgia only has 1 loss, they're getting in too. So we're just going to have Georgia in there.
Let's see if they beat Georgia. We'll have this conversation then. And keep in mind, Sarge is probably going to chime in on it too. And he's going to run his mouth all kinds of mighty about it. So.
Yeah, but I'm definitely, if LSU wins out, why did I click on them like that? I want to take it. Go back. I could take Clemson off.
Plus, Florida State's ranked now too, so I mean that helps them even more.
I don't know how the hell they're ranked, but whatever. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's just not a lot of good teams this year, though. That's why.
Hey, look,
UCLA's
even though LSU beat Alabama, but y'all forgot Tennessee did it before them.
Now, if you look at LSU's path for the rest of these couple games, they got Arkansas. They can win that.
They're gonna win out.
UAB, they'll win that, and Texas A&M, they'll win that.
Yeah. It's about beating Georgia. Can they beat Georgia or not? It's gonna be tough. I don't know if they could.
So
but
they're a good team. Win these next 3 games and beat Georgia, they're in the playoffs with their 2 losses.
We'll see.
That's a big if though. Beating Georgia's not easy. I mean, Georgia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they beat Georgia, that's a.
Are you picking them to beat Georgia?
Go to Michigan.
I'm not picking them to beat Georgia.
You're not? Okay.
No, I'm not picking anybody to beat Georgia.
I don't know. Georgia could lose.
Sergeant already told me 15-0, and I believe him.
I cannot pick against an undefeated defending national champion. I just can't do it.
So what you see here is basically
they have played no one.
Nebraska next for Michigan. They'll beat them. They'll beat Illinois, and then Ohio State. I don't know how that game is going to go. But Ohio State and Michigan, they're basically that game is going to decide who goes to the Big Ten championship.
I don't even know. Honestly, now I don't know if whatever team loses. I don't know if a 1-loss Michigan or Ohio State team will make the playoffs for that schedule. I mean, that is pathetic.
They're not going to make it over LSU if LSU wins out and beat
even
Georgia.
Tennessee. I don't think they can make it over Tennessee. I mean, this schedule is like literally. I mean, I don't see one team on there that even looks nearly impressive. I mean, their best win will be against Illinois or Ohio State. I mean,
I know. I saw what he wrote too. I started laughing.
I mean,
I thought that was funny.
Bergie, you took offense to what you said.
I saw it. I was waiting for you to put it up there, but I saw it too.
Oh man!
I was about to say, "Hey, look, Rosie said something funny."
All right, let's see what's. So LSU's path is they control their own destiny. Let's see who Ohio State who they play for the next couple of games.
I want to see TCU as well after this.
Ohio State. So the next couple of games for Ohio State, Indiana they'll win, Maryland they'll win, and then them in they'll have a showdown with Michigan.
Who'd they play in the beginning?
Indiana.
Notre
Dame. They beat Notre Dame.
What the?
Notre Dame and Penn State are the only 2 ranked opponents they played all year.
And we've seen Penn State.
Yeah, but if Ohio State wins, they're in regardless.
Oh yeah, but both those teams, one of those teams got to win out. I don't think a 1-loss of those teams are making it because that schedule's is not good.
So you'll have basically Ohio State versus Michigan as a deciding factor. So you'll end up having one of those 2 teams in the playoffs, whether it's Michigan or whether it's Ohio State. More than likely, it'll be Ohio State.
Yeah,
it's only gonna be 1 though. Yeah, so then Tennessee could make it in.
That's what I'm saying. Tennessee gets in.
They could, yeah.
Let's check TCU's path. So TCU now look at this schedule. They beat Oklahoma when they was ranked 18th. They beat Kansas when they was ranked. They beat Oklahoma State, and they beat Kansas State. And their next opponent is a ranked Texas team.
It's gonna be a tough
and
game.
Then Baylor, and then Iowa State. So
and then the conference championship.
Yeah. So if TCU wins out, which they don't have nobody in their path that could, possibly ruin them like a
Texas
Michigan
can.
and Ohio State.
I mean, Texas could beat them.
Let's just
if
say
Texas is
out.
healthy, I think Texas can beat them.
Y'all forgot Baylor can give them an upset too.
Yeah, but let's just say they win out.
If they win out, they'll
be in. So it'll be. Let's just say Georgia does beat LSU. Georgia will be there.
Yeah.
Ohio State beat Michigan. Ohio State's in. TCU wins out, they'll be in.
So it'd probably be Tennessee or Oregon, depending on if Oregon.
Tennessee,
I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
Oregon.
It's gonna be the Pac-12 championship versus Tennessee.
Well, I believe Oregon loses to USC, so that moves Tennessee in.
Yeah, but USC's a 1-loss team, so then they would be the conference champ. I don't know. That's tough. I think
I would actually, if Oregon wins out and win the Pac-12, I would put them in over Tennessee.
It's gonna be tough. I don't know. Tennessee's
I would put
a good
them in
team.
over Tennessee because they do have a conference championship.
Yeah, but we see that doesn't matter too much.
And if Clemson wins out and win the ACC championship, I would put them over Tennessee too.
Oh, no way. There's no way. Tennessee beat Georgia or beat Alabama. There's no way I'd take. And their only losses to Georgia. You'd put that Clemson team better. You think is better than Tennessee?
I would put them in there.
Oh,
they win out their games and they won the conference championship. I would put them in there with a one loss.
Didn't that Alabama team get it though? That 1 year when they had that one loss.
Oh, that was Alabama.
I think they won it.
Tennessee lost against
Georgia.
Georgia basically is what's going to keep them out.
I don't know.
Let's see.
So did Oregon. Though Oregon lost to Georgia too, though.
Yeah, but they
got beat down by Georgia.
But they're in different conference where they can actually win a conference championship.
Yeah, but we've seen that conference don't matter though.
Unfortunately for Tennessee, man, this is going to be a tough one. You know what? We definitely got to have this conversation in about 2 weeks because then it'll be a lot more clear.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can happen between now and then.
Look at the rest of Tennessee's schedule. They're going to win out too. So it's going to be a huge controversy.
Everybody's going to win out. Everybody's going to lose.
And this is why I say that 12-team playoffs is going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, but
let's start to catch up. It'll make a huge difference at first until all the same conversations come up again, and then we need a 16-game playoff, and it just it never stops. It's always going to end up being the same conversation.
I think 12 teams is pretty base though, but I mean Tennessee has some great wins though. Like, look at those wins they beat.
It's a lot of games though, man. You got to understand it's a lot of games.
All right, so basically, based on everybody's schedule that we looked at, everybody could win out. Now,
Oregon has a tough.
Sitting on the outside, we got Ole Miss here.
Nah, I don't even bring them.
No, they're not. They're too far away.
They only lost one game now.
They would have to make it to the SEC championship and win.
They lost to LSU.
They got beat down by LSU.
The next game is Alabama. So if they beat Alabama, they're going to get a boost.
Not really, because Alabama's a two-loss team right now.
Alabama is number 9 in the country, regardless.
All right,
but
be Alabama.
And if you look if you look at Alabama as a team as a whole, they are still on roster one of the best teams in the country.
All right, but Ole Miss right now is ranked 11. Bama's ranked 9. If they're not going to jump up to like 6, they're going to if they move at all, they'll go up to either 10 or 9, and that's it.
I'll take Tennessee over Ole Miss. Ole Miss is not that good.
So Ole Miss, let's say they knock off Alabama. They're just like Tennessee now. They got one loss.
No. They're not like Tennessee.
They'll definitely beat Arkansas and Mississippi State. This shit's gonna be sweet. This controversy gonna be sweet this year. Oh man, UCLA knocking on the door. They're 8-1.
No, they're not. They're the 12. They're nowhere near the door.
We saw their schedule. They literally played no one.
They're still in the car sitting in the driveway.
And exactly for this reason, all these teams that's sitting where they're sitting is why their playoff going to 12 will make a difference.
I don't think it's gonna make a difference because these teams they're not that good. UCLA is not that good of a team.
So let's just say UCLA knocks off Arizona, knocks off
USC.
UCLA,
and they'll go.
USC.
They'll go to the conference championship.
Oh my God!
I mean, UCLA could make it, but they would have to win out, then beat Oregon in the conference championship, and then have a couple teams lose. Like you definitely need TCU to lose, you need Michigan to lose, and you need like LSU or Tennessee to lose probably, and then they can be in it.
This is going to be a beautiful scenario. This is going to be a beautiful scenario for this college football playoffs coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Well, I think Clemson's going to lose a game still.
Clemson still hanging around. Ole Miss and UCLA, they're crossing their fingers. USC crossing their fingers. LSU win the SEC championship. Tennessee is hoping for miracles. Oregon, they're crossing their fingers too. And we see Ohio State and Michigan still undefeated at 9-0, but one of them got to go down to each other. So it's going to be a interesting couple weeks.
We'll see.
Interesting couple weeks. Now, all of these teams that's basically in the top 12, I'm gonna pick them to win their games. Except for I'm not gonna pick the Alabama Ole Miss game. I'm gonna see how that one plays out. But if Ole Miss were to beat Alabama, this shit's gonna get interesting.
I think you got to look everybody that's within the top 7 or 8. Say the top 7 from LSU up. That's where all the action's going to be as far as who's going in. Everybody else, they're too far outside.
Yeah, unless UCLA or USC win out and go to the conference championship, and then you have like TCU lose and like Tennessee or Michigan lose. There could be a shot.
Chris, you don't want to pick no fight with Henry Lee. Henry Lee been here since day one. Henry Lee is an honorable member of the channel. Trust me, he's been here through all the trolling. He's been here when we was beating their teeth in, and now he here when they winning. So I don't think you want to pick no fight with Henry Lee. Oh man, so this is gonna be interesting. What about North Carolina?
What about him?
Nah, come on.
What about North Carolina? They 8-1.
Too far away.
Let's check out North Carolina.
Dude, stop.
Too far away.
Miami almost beat them. Like, come on.
Man. North Carolina. Let's see.
Look at that schedule.
Oh my God.
Look at that schedule.
The only losses to Notre Dame. They got Wake, Georgia Tech coming up, and NC State. They can win all of those and win the ACC Championship.
Yeah, they still won't make it. They still won't make it. There's no way.
Man.
The thing is, in the ACC, if you're not undefeated, you're not going to get a playoff bid. There's just no way.
Correct.
There's no way.
The problem with the ACC, if you look at conference-wise, everybody beat up on each other.
Oh, I know. But you have to be undefeated in this conference.
Like, if you look at all, the next best team is 3-2. And then you got Georgia. You got North Carolina 5-0, and the next is 3-2. So
yeah, but that doesn't matter. I mean, you have to be undefeated in the ACC to go to the playoffs.
The ACC scheduling changes next year, if I'm correct, right? Whether they're going to scrap the divisions and then it's just going to be.
Yeah, it'll go straight. 1 and 2 play each other.
It's kind of dumb how they did it, honestly.
So I mean, if you look at it from 1 and 2, it's still the same. It still would be Clemson versus North Carolina.
Yeah, but it's just going to be different how you play teams. Like, we're not going to be playing Virginia Tech every year. We're not going to be playing Virginia every year.
Good.
Like, we're going to be playing Pittsburgh, Louisville, and Florida State. Like, that's guaranteed games we'll play.
It's Louisville, Boston College, and Florida State.
Oh, okay, even worse.
Yeah, very good.
Oh my God,
we could guarantee a win against Boston College.
I don't know how
I don't know what they made with that.
Yeah, that always bothered me. I was like, really? Those are the 3 teams? I mean, I understand Florida State, but the other 2, Louisville and Boston College? Really?
Yeah, they could have given us Clemson. They could have given us Clemson over Louisville.
Not even Clemson. I'd rather have Virginia
College.
Tech or Pittsburgh, like an actual good rivalry, so that you can guarantee those games.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know. Right, Boston College is a rivalry game technically, but still, it's not.
But we don't play them every year. I mean, we play them once every 2 years, if I'm correct, right?
Boston College, we haven't played in a while.
I thought we played them. We didn't play them the year before last?
No, I don't think so. It's been a while.
Oh, all right. It hasn't been. Okay, I apologize.
I can't remember the last time we played them, but 2018, yeah. We played them.
So, even more reason as to why they got picked as being.
So the last time we played them was 2018. They won, but we played them a total of 30 times so far, and we won 24 of them.
But it was mostly played in the Big East, though. That's why.
Yeah. Right. Correct. I mean, Ed Reed had his big coming out party against.
We really don't have a rivalry when it comes to them.
I mean, it's considered a rivalry game because of back in the Big East. It's just like Virginia Tech and Pittsburgh, technically. But.
Let's see. What is it? Louisville.
Yeah.
Louisville and Boston College.
And then FSU. Are the guaranteed games we'll always play.
So we played Louisville a total of 15 times. We beat them 11 and tied one time. Last time we played them, we beat them. We're on a 2-game win streak against them, 19 and 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not really a rivalry.
Oh, no, it's definitely not a rivalry. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Again,
So
it's
Louisville
just,
and
that's
Boston
why
College, they just threw us.
It's just how it ended up. It's just how it ended up. I mean, those are just guaranteed games you'll play. But I thought it would have been nice to have like Virginia Tech and Pittsburgh or like someone that we've always played.
Virginia Tech. Let's see between us and Virginia Tech. See, now that's more like it. That's 40 games played. Miami's 125, they 115. We played them more times.
Yeah.
So they could have actually gave us, Virginia Tech.
that's what I thought Virginia Tech would end up being one of the teams. I just when I called it, I just remember going, huh?
The history of us playing is a lot. Nah, Georgia Tech's not.
Let's see, Georgia Tech. We played them 26 times. We're actually 13 and 13.
Mm-hmm.
And Miami is currently on a 1-game win streak against them. So we played them a total of 26 times.
Yeah, that's just because they were in our division, so that's why that makes sense. But
it would be better for us to play Georgia Tech over freaking Louisville.
I mean, I get the Louisville because a lot of Louisville players are from Florida. That's probably why, but still.
Who else could they have possibly? A lot of people saying Clemson. 6-6 against Clemson. Not really a rivalry. Not really a rivalry.
No, considering the last 3 times we played them, we scored 9 points total.
Who else in the ACC? Let's go with North Carolina. Let's go with North Carolina. North Carolina, they actually had a winning record against us, 13 and 11. They won the last 4. So, I mean, even that would have been a bigger rivalry than Louisville.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking that we would get that one because of, the football, because of the basketball ties and all that, but I don't know. The whole process to me didn't make no sense at all.
All I'm going to say, though, is the next couple of weeks, college football is going to be interesting. Very interesting. Watching this playoff thing, who's gonna be left right out at number 5? This is gonna get interesting.
Yeah, like I said, about 2-3 weeks, we have this conversation again, and we'll have a whole lot more stuff to talk about.
We're gonna have a tough schedule next year. Okay, that though, Jesus.
Who, Miami?
Yeah.
I didn't see what the schedule is yet.
I mean, we're playing Texas A&M. We got Clemson again. We got Florida State away, North Carolina away, North Carolina State away.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, dude, it's like, hopefully we see some improvement, but I definitely don't see us winning 10 games next year.
And to boot, we're gonna have a whole brand new team.
I'm telling y'all now, Miami winning the max for me next year is 7 or 8 games. That's it.
All right, just stop. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. If Mario's going to purge the way that we all assume that he's going to purge the team this year, which is really needed, expect something more of what you're seeing this year, next year as well. It'll be the year after where you're going to start to see some change.
I think like next year you'll see the fight though. You'll see more of a complete.
No,
team.
I agree. I think you'll see a much more competitive team as far as guys that are playing, but I don't see the record being too much different just based on the turnover aspect.
Definitely.
I'm gonna say the ceiling for me would be 8 games.
Yeah.
And I'm basing it on how he goes into the portal, plus the talent that he's bringing in from the classes.
And who leaves and who does and who stays will matter.
Who leaves and who stays, and then you got to look at the teams that we do play against. How their situation looking?
Yeah,
I'm just anticipating the biggest turnover in player personnel that we've ever seen.
What I agree with you on, Bergie, is I don't know what it's going to look like yet.
Right.
So my ceiling is 8.
Yeah, no,
Now,
I understand.
If come next year we get this overhaul and we look terrible, then if we don't win 8, I'm not gonna be like, damn man,
I
this
don't
was
think
a horrible season.
I don't think that it's going to look terrible. It's just, it's hard to bring that many people together and have everybody on the same page immediately. It just doesn't, doesn't work like that.
You'll have young guys making young mistakes, and that's what you're going to see next year.
Yeah. So, I mean, and we still don't know what's going to happen coach-wise. We don't know.
Coaches are
God forbid. Well, I don't want to say yay or nay. I'm just saying we don't know. So, there's a lot of things that could happen in the coming months.
I think there's definitely at least 2 coaches that are out for sure.
I expect more, but we'll see.
If Mario end up firing Gattis, this whole fan base is going to get delusional. Oh, we're going 12-0.
Oh, no. I honestly don't see Gattis. I don't know if Gattis is going to leave, but if he does, I don't know. I think it's going to happen between him and Ponce. One of them are going to be gone next year for sure. 100% going to be gone.
I don't think neither one of them leave.
They have. They've been fighting in the room.
Well, I mean, this is Gattis's motto everywhere he's been, though, is that he divides teams like this.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have 2 guys that have complete different philosophies, and that's the problem. So one of them is going to have to be gone.
If Mario keeps this recruiting class together, he'd go.
I mean, he's keeping it together. They haven't left now. I mean,
we just lost 45-3, and you didn't hear no decommits.
If
they actually even bonded stronger. They actually see what he's been preaching even more now. Like, yo, don't you see those guys out there giving up? I'm going to take that spot.
I'll be happy.
Top 5.
I'll be happy if he gets with the offensive lineman.
Right now, we're sitting
Lola.
We're sitting at the number 5.
Yeah.
We're sitting at the number 7 class in the country as of right now.
I think he's in the top 5.
And Ruben Bain. Give me those 2 guys. I'm happy as hell.
Well, we're going to get probably Damari Brown, or Damari Brown, and who was the other one? I think we're going to get a flip. We're going to definitely get someone to flip. I think it's going to be Mark Fletcher.
That's what I heard, that he's probably the more flippable of the 2. Apparently, Brandon Ennis. Him and Ennis said something the other day that everybody said, okay, he's gone. That's not going to happen. So I don't know exactly what he said.
From what I've seen, what Ennis said, he was like the pregame was fun to watch.
Yeah, but I think he'd still be flipped. He'd still be flipped.
I don't know. Oh, look, T2Y, your best friend is here.
Who is that?
Todd.
Todd could go sit on the popsicle. Pause.
Hi, Uncle Phil.
Let me see. What was that?
Oh, that was too funny.
Okay. Team rankings. Where they at?
I was reading something. God, I forget whose article it was, and they were talking about, what did you expect when Mario came in and hired all his position coaches before he hired an offensive coordinator? Is that probably part of the reason why he couldn't get any other offensive coordinator? Because, these guys weren't able to bring the guys that they wanted to bring, and they were basically told, this is what you're going to deal with, and this is the offense you're going to run. That
was the problem. Jason Kendall was the number 1 guy he wanted, and the problem was Toledo got a new AD, and like their he was going to hire the head coach Kendall, and he didn't want to leave his team at the chance of his whole staff getting fired because he could only be able to take 1 person with him. So that's the only reason that he wasn't our OC, because Gattis wasn't the first option, but.
Right, no, and Kendall was part of it, but there were other guys too that apparently were in the mix, and they were kind of told the same thing, that look, the staff is already in place, and
from what I understood, it was Kendall, Ken Dorsey, and then Gattis is who the main targets were. Like Kendall Biles was never the main target.
Dorsey wasn't coming.
Yeah, Dorsey wanted to, if Dorsey didn't get the OC job in Buffalo, he was coming probably.
No, but I mean, he was getting the OC. There was no, that was pretty obvious.
Mario still tried to hire him.
Right, I understand.
What do you guys think about going back after Joe Brady?
He wants to stay in the NFL.
He's want to recruit. Yeah, he's like Ken Dorsey. They both don't.
Yeah, he wants to. I mean, he's been pretty vocal about it. It's not like he's hit it. I think he's pretty much come out and said he wants to stay in the NFL.
He might not
Now,
have a job soon.
I wouldn't mind him as like a passing game coordinator, like you know what I mean. Like say you get rid of Gattis and say you promote say
Yeah, I
Frank
would.
Ponce, and then you get Joe Brady as a co-OC receiver coach. I would not mind that.
I don't. Yeah, no. I mean, I understand that, but Brady would not come here for any title other than OC. I can't see him taking a lesser title.
I mean, he's a quarterback coach right now, so you never know. But yeah.
Yeah, but it's at the NFL level, it's different. It's like it's just to me, it's like it's a lateral job, stepping down. You're taking the same job at a lower level, and I don't see him doing that.
You never know. I would like to see I would like to see Brendan Carroll, man.
All right, so for all you Gator bums watching, we jumped y'all, and then y'all got jumped by Oklahoma too. Well, actually, we jumped Oklahoma, so now y'all sitting next to Oklahoma. So, as you guys know, Miami right now, we got 20 commits. The reclassification of Antoine Jackson finally went in. So now he's listed as, being committed into the 2023 class.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice. That's nice having two quarterbacks, man, because FSU got no quarterback again.
Yeah, we got Jaden Rashada. He's committed, and we also got Emory.
Who I don't know how he's still a 3-star. He should easily be a 4-star minimum.
It's that, and I hate saying this because I don't want it to be interpreted wrong, but I gotta say it. For some reason, I don't see Emory staying here.
Oh no! I mean, if I was him,
I have a feeling for some reason, I keep thinking that he's gonna flip.
I mean, I would.
I had that same feeling.
He's just too good. He's gonna be he's a top 10 quarterback. I mean, I'm shocked that he hasn't.
If you look at it from this standpoint now, Jay Garcia might be gone. TVD might be gone. Who knows?
Oh no, yeah.
Them two coming in, him and Rashada. I mean, he's already said he's coming in to compete regardless. It don't matter who he's coming in with.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, 100%. But it says it's kind of. I mean, he's easily a #1 quarterback for any other team, recruit wise.
No, I actually had that thought too. I thought that Emory Williams would try to transfer out.
I mean,
or not transfer out, but decommitted.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's a 3-star somehow. Still, it makes no sense. But
yeah.
Like Florida State has no quarterbacks again. Like I don't know.
If you look at Florida State,
that's concerned. I'd be concerned if I was a Florida State fan.
As of right now, they got 15 commits, 18 overall in the country. No quarterback. 1 5-star in Hakeem Williams, who Miami could actually flip. But
yeah, I'm real high on Hakeem Williams.
Hakeem, he's not bad, but he's not. I'd rather have Tyler Williams. Tyler Williams is more of a proven receiver than Hakeem.
Yeah, but I think Tyler Williams stays with Georgia.
Georgia, yeah. No, hey, you never know though. I think we have a better chance of flipping Tyler than we do Hakeem.
Yeah, I think Hakeem, with his commitment, he actually left the door open. So we'll see. Plus, he's been spotted in Miami games a couple times.
Oh yeah. No.
So
he had 60.
He's even said in interviews. Game. He's even said in little interviews after games and stuff to some of the beat writers that Miami's constantly on them. They're telling them that they need him. So we'll see. Who else in their class could possibly get flipped?
There's no one really to be flipped.
Yeah, there's actually really nobody else on this list to even be wanted.
Hakeem is their guy. If they lost him like they did Hunter, I mean, oh my God. They would have been ranked. They would not be ranked.
Class, I can't even lie. Florida State, y'all class look pathetic.
Well, dude, can you imagine if Atkins leaves them?
Booty.
Can you imagine if Atkins leaves their team for a head coaching job? They are done.
That class look booty.
How you let the Gators flip one of y'all commits in the middle of the season like that? Let's look at the Gators.
Gators are actually. I'm surprised how good they're doing on recruiting. They have a solid class.
It seems like Billy Napier don't know how to recruit 5-stars either.
Yeah, but he has a solid class. I mean, that's a solid class.
Jakeem Jackson, that boy's on flip mode.
Yeah.
Miami's coming to get him. when we flip him, the whole Gator fan base is gonna start threatening Ruiz. They're gonna start threatening Ruiz.
When he has nothing to do with it. That's kind of thing. I'm sick of his. All you hear is, "Oh, Miami's only getting these recruits of NIL deals." That's not.
I want to show y'all something on this board because when I was going through that board, I want to show you guys something. When I went through that board, where is it? What did I do? Oh, there we go. All right.
The FSU bringing the year. That's funny.
I'm trying to see because they have whole conversations on here about Ruiz.
Oh, I know. I seen it. It's crazy.
Meanwhile, recruiting at the Hard Rock, they had like 83 messages on there. Cornerback. See, they're concerned about Jakeem Jackson.
Click that one.
They're concerned about Jakeem Jackson. BB talking about some cap, but your message board say otherwise, my guy. Your message board says otherwise. Florida commit cornerback Jakeem Jackson is at Miami. Laugh out loud. They all and don't do this to us, Blake.
Raymond better shut that shit down.
Didn't he learn from Denson that the play stinks? Okay. Raymond better shut that down. Y'all keep playing. They scared though. They scared. Trust me, them Gators scared of us. Man, laugh out loud. 20,000 fans coming to watch UM lose by 30. 20,000 fans. They got jokes over there.
Yeah.
The thread title scares me. Yeah, they got a whole. Nah, but let's go back to where they talking about Ruiz because they love to talk about Ruiz on here. I'm surprised they ain't open up another. They was actually telling their fans, like, listen, leave Ruiz alone on social media. Do not provoke him.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Do not provoke
You know what's
him.
funny? Yeah. You know what's funny is that they keep blaming Ruiz.
Hold on. Time out. Florida State fans. Florida State fans. They talking about calling Sam McCall.
Who?
Be on the lookout. Sam McCall.
That was our best recruit last year.
Oh. Sounded like Better Call Saul.
Apparently, he's pretty tight with McCain. So.
Dang, they've been opening up a lot of boards since.
They're trying to hide it, man. They probably got rid of it.
Billy Napier is the definition of scared money. Wow.
Nah, but I was saying they should.
Here we go.
I know they.
Ruiz is the greatest threat to UF football.
Click on it.
Somebody told him to shut the fuck up.
Oh damn! That looks like he really getting hit. Bro, how do you fake that? He hit in the face with a boombox.
Greatest concern. We're just gonna have to hope for the best until signing day.
Oh my
God. So, how much did he pay you to post this?
$300.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how great is your concern? Keep tweeting at him. Let everybody see the train wreck his Twitter has become. Y'all keep messing with Ruiz if you want to. When you end up not having a class, don't say nothing.
I love how they say let everyone see the train wreck his Twitter has become, which means that you're on it all the time and you're always watching and you're one of the millions of people that he has following him now.
And this guy just say straight up F you. This one told him hit the fan portal. Oh my God. Must be CAW's burner account. I don't know who that is. Hey man,
TT Water. I'm gonna say And Chichi, what I'll also say was, man, I know they be blaming the Ruiz about us getting recruits, but they forgot that they said Mario was a big time recruiter anyway.
Yeah, I mean they're trying to downplay him and DVD and all other guys. I mean, come on.
Look at that.
Yeah, and
He's
Ruiz
been doing
has
this everywhere he's been at without
This
NIL
one say
deals.
Ruiz has been hinting on his bird feed that Ja is in the bag, which is Jakeem Jackson, by the way. What else do you need to see that this guy is going to hold back our recruiting class for years to come? First, it's Kirby who got the kids to visit us and then commit to him after. Now it's Ruiz just picking and choosing from our target/commit list whenever we piss him off.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I'm telling you, they scared of Ruiz, man. They scared.
It's great.
Yeah, they in turmoil up there. Our biggest rivalry is in the driver's seat to take our Bama throne and win back-to-back, and you're worried about the potato sack in South Beach. So they talk about Georgia doing what they doing, almost winning back-to-back championship, but they worrying about Miami. There you go. Somebody asks us, who is Jakeem Jackson. Florida fans.
Jackson.
You say what you want, but hey, your fan, they see the smoke. Y'all keep messing with Ruiz. Keep going texting. Keep going on tweeting at him. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all are regular fans tweeting at a billionaire. When he end up giving Jakeem an NIL deal to come do Life Wallet commercials for about 150,000, then y'all will be like, damn, we should have left them alone.
Mm-hmm. All right, I gotta go eat dinner, man. I'm hungry. I'll talk to y'all later.
I think I'm gonna hang it up too. We've been on here for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I'll be.
All right, guys. As you know, next show I'll do is on Sunday, right after all the games have been played. We'll talk about all the games of college football, Miami, Florida State, the Gators. BB, what's going on? You got anything you want to drop before we get off of here?
Jackson ain't going nowhere.
Ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
I mean, BB, didn't you say that Kamani was a Florida lock all year? You should know better. You should know better by now. You ain't learned your lesson.
We know it's Louise. He wanted to
ain't learned your lesson messing with the Miami boys.
Ruiz had nothing to do with it.
That's what I'm saying. How you gonna say it's Louise, BB?
He already came out and said he doesn't even know who that is.
Oh man, yeah, please.
Hey,
but my thing is,
okay. So listen. So all y'all thought he was going to Miami before he committed. All y'all thought he was going to Miami.
I
thought we had a chance.
I'm saying that.
I'm saying
that Mario is a great
recruiter.
recruiter.
They ain't want to ask you. Did you think he was getting him?
I thought we had a chance to get him. Yes.
I thought we had a chance to get him. Yeah.
Okay, I thought I had a chance.
You know why? Because there's a hat on that table, and if you watched his recruitment, we were his only official visit.
Y'all was his only official. You're right.
The thing is, your fan base drank so much Kool-Aid from all the reporters, but none of the facts were the facts. His only official visit was to Miami.
But why he visited Florida more than his
but he had no official visit there, did he not?
Because just say it. Hey, BB, just say it. Hey, BB, just say it, man. Mario, a great recruiter, man. Just say Mario, a great recruiter.
This one even says it, BB. You guys are all whistling while walking through the graveyard like scared little boys. Let's face fact. Not worried about Ruiz ? Not even an itty bitty bit. Bullshit. Name 3 concerns on the trail and try not to list Ruiz. If you have even a...
We know why y'all getting 3 people. Ain't nobody crazy.
But according to your fans, they ain't worried about Ruiz.
What NIL deals has he given to any recruits? I'm curious. Can you find them?
Really? Who are you, bro? Who do you think you're talking to?
Clearly, someone that doesn't know what's going
What do you
on.
mean? You don't know what's
Ruiz,
going on.
none of these players
Everybody knows
that is
Ruiz
committed
is
to
not
Miami.
bad.
Ruiz hasn't given them a dime. He hasn't signed them to anything.
Exactly. What are you talking
Okay,
about?
y'all.
Ruiz has
Y'all got
nothing to
it.
do with it.
Y'all got
Now,
it. No,
now
he
when
don't.
they
He
do
don't.
sign
He don't.
and then they magically get some deals, then it's a different conversation.
Exactly, T2.
Okay, but what recruit from the 23 got deals with Ruiz? Let me know. Go find it for me because they haven't.
So all of them gonna have deals. I bet they have like wallet deals when they step on campus.
So what
how
kind of
about that?
what
so
kind of
that's
deal
when they
did
get on
what
campus.
kind of
I
deal
bet
did
they
Ruiz
do.
give them so far?
The
Did he
last
just
class.
wink?
The last class. What deals do they got?
Who all know? Who knows?
It's
not a bad deal.
You
He's
can look
doing
it
what he's
up.
supposed to do.
What
He's
do you
doing what
mean?
he's supposed to do.
You can look it
He's
up though.
dropping the bag. He's supposed to
He's
do
not.
what he's
Hey,
supposed
but
to do.
my thing is that they don't got the money already, bro. So it's like you can't say
No,
Ruiz is doing it.
who don't know that? Who
All
don't
I'm
know
gonna say
that?
is,
Y'all
I'm gonna
saying
just
the
say
obvious.
this. I'm
Who
gonna just
don't
say
know?
this. Ruiz
We're in the state of
dedicated 10
Florida. You
million.
can't get money in.
He dedicated 10 million to recruiting. He just said he's gonna up it 5 more, so that's gonna be 15. So that's it.
So
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna
besides trolling, T2I besides trolling, Louise ain't dropped the bag for recruits.
say. I don't
Even
know
you,
what
I
you're
know
talking
you
about.
know this. I know you know this.
I don't know what you're talking
All
about.
right, T2I.
He's done it
All
for
right,
the
After
players.
signing day, if you want to drop some bags with some NIL deals, that's tough.
Exactly.
But he hasn't
So
done it.
y'all,
But he hasn't done it yet.
hey,
But
but
he
I'm
hasn't
saying, so
done
you're
it.
not
Wait,
saying,
wait.
so
Let me
you
Not
ask
don't want to.
legally yet. We all
No,
know
no,
that.
no,
Hey,
no.
BB,
The
We all
last
know legally
class,
not yet.
the
We know that.
2022 class, are you telling me that
We
those
all
guys
know
got
that.
bags? Because I have not seen that one
Man,
of them
no,
get
who?
an NIL deal.
Really? Bro, you talking about 2022 class. Y'all didn't
Yes,
sign nobody with
because
okay.
he.
Hey,
Come
BB, so
on,
you're
like,
not
really?
saying
What are
that
you
these
talking
boys is just gonna commit to play for the team,
about?
like,
I
because
didn't
you
say
like,
all of them. Some of them.
We were ranked
so Florida
13.
don't got the same bag.
What are you talking about, my man?
Oh, we lost BB.
We were ranked
Oh,
13
no.
the 2022 class from 75, and I'm sure Ruiz gave all that money to them. That's why we got 13. But let's not give credit to the actual recruiters. That's just a cop out. Is all that
No,
is.
I'm
It's a
saying
cop out.
some of them. What's the cop out?
You're discrediting the staff of how good
I'm
they are.
not
They did
no
this everywhere else.
bro. You gotta stop it. Y'all don't get it. I ain't talking to y'all. Y'all don't get it.
Because you're just a cop out for that. You're copying them. You're like,
That's not
well,
copying
DVD
out. That's
sucks.
true.
Mark Cristobal sucks. He can't recruit.
Who said?
You can't accept the
Who
fact
said?
that Miami
So
beat
I
you.
said it. I said it.
That's what you're
Did I
saying.
say
Because you're
Marcus
saying
suck? No,
the
I
only
did. I
reason they
never
left
told.
is because of Ruiz.
No,
That's what you're saying.
so you don't know me. You don't know me because anybody ever just heard me talk. Everybody know Mario's a great recruiter.
Okay, so then that's what
That's
happened.
not
You're
a
saying
question.
Ruiz is the reason Cromartie McCain claimed here. That's not true.
Of course,
You
he's
can't
not the
provide
only
any
reason.
factual evidence of that.
Bro, watch what happens when he gets to Miami.
Okay, we'll see.
It'll be provided in. Of course, they can't get money right now.
But they didn't get money last year. That's my point. You're saying that
What are you talking about
they didn't
last
get it
year? You
last
talking
year.
about last who?
It's
Okay, last year.
2022.
What kid in y'all recruiting class was worth paying? Yeah.
It was ranked number 13. What do you mean?
Come on. What kid though? What kid was worth paying?
Was worth who?
You
What do you
said
mean?
worth who? What kid
Skinner,
was worth
Javante
paying?
Citizen, Cyrus Moss, Kelly? You don't think any of those
Okay,
guys were good?
so what? Yeah, they got NIL deal, but it's a level on
No, they
Command.
didn't.
They don't have an NIL deal?
Not with Ruiz. I haven't seen my life
I
wallet.
didn't say that. Louise is not the only one. Whoever said Louise is the only person?
Oh my!
See, that's Florida's biggest that's their biggest problem now.
Whoever
They think
said
Ruiz
that?
is
Whoever
the
said he's the
only
only
guy.
person. T2Y,
We
you
got
know
we
that I
got
know
multiple
that
billionaires
Louise is
now.
not the
Ruiz just the
T2Y,
one
really.
that's on the front line.
T2Y, you gonna really tell me that like I don't know?
So why do
Exactly.
y'all even get into these wars with us when it comes to recruits?
I don't even. Will you ever see me do that?
You told me all year that Kamani belonged to y'all.
Exactly. So what happened, T2Y?
Ex-Kamani
You
what
know
happened
what
2
happened?
months
I
ago.
know what happened.
He was never
Okay.
interested in y'all. He played y'all.
What?
He's like,
he literally
he
played
told
y'all.
tonight, you suckers got served.
Cool.
Because he
So
literally
we
said
don't see ever got played.
he said
Come
Miami
on.
had him 2 months prior to his commitment date.
Yeah, okay, and he also told Chad Singleton the same thing. Florida and Bama was his leader 2 months ago. So I mean, what?
Because he was playing
What are you
y'all.
saying?
He played y'all.
That
man was trolling y'all the whole time. Did y'all not see in
Miami
his
never got
commitment?
played.
He was pointing out the Gator hater
So
stuff.
y'all did even y'all never got played.
He never took an
played
official
y'all.
visit to Florida. That's the end of story. That
Whoever,
shows
yeah,
you.
but he took six unofficial.
Yeah, but that
but
doesn't
when you
matter.
I mean-
Those are officials. What matters?
Did you?
Hey,
Hey,
what's
but you
Miami
just said we
No,
never
matter,
got.
but y'all had one in July. We were setting up our official for December. He wasn't even
Y'all
supposed to
waited too
commit
late.
yet.
You know what
He
Kamani was doing at
He
Florida?
wasn't supposed to commit yet.
Because Mario friggin' sealed the deal. Him and DVD are. That's what
That's
they do.
fine. That's
You guys let him
cool.
seal the
Great.
deal.
Great. That's great. Good job.
When Mario and them boys hopped on the jet and went up to Lakeland, that was when y'all lost.
Man, that was come on, TTY. That was his year.
That was when y'all lost them, bro.
Stop it, man. Come on, GTY.
When
Just
them
stop
boys
because
hopped on that
you
jet,
even know how many times you told me we get Kamani. Come on now.
man,
How many times you don't? No, we ain't getting them. When you told me that one time, like 3 months ago,
I was trolling.
no,
I was trolling just
Stop it,
like
TTY.
Kamani.
No, you wasn't. None of y'all was trolling.
I was
Y'all
fooled
didn't.
just
You know
like
how y'all
Kamani.
didn't know when he committed? Y'all was so in
I
shock.
hope we end up
Y'all
getting this
didn't
kid
even.
Trayshawn Lines.
Dude,
Hope
hey,
we
as
end up
long as
getting
Miami
him.
has a hat on the table, they have a chance with this coaching staff. So
Yeah, we're
Hey, I'm about
definitely
to
in receivers right now.
say, you don't get it. So I don't expect you to understand what I'm talking about. People, I know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, look,
Yeah,
speaking
he
of
does.
Kamani, look at him in that green.
Well, I know
not,
exactly what I'm talking
not
about.
that blue, but that green.
That's cool.
Kamani, program changer. We're not there yet, and we're gonna get there. Absolutely, 100%. All right, there you go.
Yeah, I still need him.
All right, them boys believe, man. Mario ain't lied to him. Mario told him, look.
It don't matter. I like my class, so I can live with it.
Man, those boys say Ruiz the
You
reason
straight.
why.
T2I, you already know. I ain't even gotta. Yeah, I know you gonna play crazy with them, but you know.
I mean, there's nothing to be crazy about. You haven't provided any factual information.
Bro, you okay? Who can? Well, okay. Since you saying that, we all know Florida kids cannot accept NIL deals in high school. We all know that.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying after they've got
I
signed.
mean, what are you saying? What are you
I'm
You see
saying,
saying?
that? You see that, BB? You see that quote,
What are you
BB?
saying? I know what Popo said.
Nah, you okay.
I
I'm
already
going to be
seen it.
honest. We
I
coming to
already
take
seen it.
people's spots.
Hey,
Those
yeah,
boys
I like
already
that.
know.
I love that.
Know that. This
I
is
love
the
that.
freshman said.
Hey, look, we got some
Same
dogs
thing.
coming in, man.
All I'm
We got
telling
some
you,
dogs
Florida
coming in.
fans, and
Same
you Gator,
thing. You got the same
fans, and you
thing.
Seminole fans, y'all don't know this.
You can't put us in the same
Y'all don't know
conversation.
this. Enjoy your moment right now. Y'all don't know this.
Oh, we enjoying our moment. We ain't done. We straight. So I ain't worried about it. We filled our needs. So I can live with it. We got a D line class, we got a DB class, we got a wide receiver
Look at
class,
Adam
we
Phillip.
got
This
a
man almost got
line.
hurt. This man almost got hurt in practice. Look at him. He almost
That's
took
great.
out one of y'all DBs. From Florida
We just
State.
need
He almost took out
some
one of
more
their
line.
DBs. Look at that. Boom. Almost took the man knee out.
Well, yeah, to the mind. But it help Tom.
Frankie Tana. See, that's why I told Pope earlier on during the read because they were talking about some old Mario up at 4:00 texting recruits and shit. Who does that?
I say that.
And then I'm like, bro, you do realize that we're not just local, we're not
That's
just
not
United
control.
States, we all over the country. We all over the
People
world, not just the
some
city, the
people be
world,
trying to
Greg.
troll.
Look
Well,
where
that trolling right
Tennelau is at. Look at that. We're not just recruiting in America. We're going to Finland. We're going to Australia. We're going to. Come on, man. Y'all
Well,
boys
we ain't
don't
doing
understand.
that. We just stay in Florida.
Yeah, but I think y'all better venture out of Florida because I mean
Why?
every time we
Why?
went up against y'all already know what it is.
Not every time. Y'all don't want y'all shit. We won out.
Let's see what Pimba. Miami got the last shot at winning. M Pimba over bringing him to South Florida on November 26th for the Kings ACC meeting with Pitt. I'll be at that game. Our relationships has been the same as it's been for weeks. Honestly, Pimba stated, I am talking to them on a daily basis.
But that all depends what Georgia do.
Man.
Georgia get Daniel.
At one point, didn't you tell me he was coming to Florida?
Who, Pimba? Hell no. I ain't never tell you Pimba.
Man, BB, stop it.
I ain't never tell you Pimba. Pimba been cristobal y'all since January. Why would I say Pimba?
Oh. David Hicks. Oh, didn't he just beat David Hicks?
No, that's not what you think. That's Anthony Hicks.
Anthony Hill decommitted. I think they're cristobal and Anthony Hill to Texas.
Yeah, he's on the Texas. So
we'll see. Now, from what I'm hearing, Texas fans, not Texas A&M fans, talking about some. Oh, they he just decommitting to go over there to spy on Texas or whatever. I'm like, boy, they come up with a whole bunch of dumb stuff.
Texas dropped the bag for him too.
Man, program changes. Sam, listen, when he commits, if he commits to Miami, when he commits, boy, all the Florida fans gonna log out. All of them gonna log out.
Y'all get paid? Why you gonna be mad about pay? Y'all supposed to got him shit on.
Because when they commit and they see us jump into the top 5 class, y'all already dwindling down. And then that boy Jakeem Jackson jump off board.
Okay, even with Jakeem Jackson, say we lose Jakeem Jackson too. I bet we still ended up top 5. I bet you that.
Y'all ain't gonna be better than us though.
You don't know what we got going on.
I know it ain't better than what we got going on.
Okay. Well, we're gonna see.
We're gonna finish with a higher ranked class than y'all. See, y'all was just clowning. I remember about a week ago, y'all were just clowning me about y'all being number 8 in the country.
Because we not done. We
ain't done yet either. We ain't done yet either.
I'm just letting you know we gonna finish top 5. That's all I'm saying.
My thing is, Miami is losing games, getting blown out, but yet we seem like a better destination than y'all.
Man, stop it, TTY.
We seem like a better destination than y'all.
Yeah. You drop a bag, yeah. You drop a bigger bag.
It's got to be a bag. Must be the money. All right.
Well, TTY, really? We know what it is. We know.
Man, y'all better hope South Carolina don't come in there and beat y'all like what they did last year. Because we know when Miami get whooped, our recruits, they still here. They see the bigger picture.
So when we lose, we still get commits. That's a lie. Because when we lose, we still get
y'all better hope. Y'all better hope and pray Billy Napier selling them same thing.
It ain't end up because we still get commits.
Y'all better hope Billy Napier selling the same thing Mario selling.
We get a commit on Thursday, then we turn around and get another one on Sunday.
All right, well, we'll see.
That's what been happening.
Nah.
Every time we lost, go look. Man, we got to commit the next day.
Before I get off this thing, I want to show you guys something. Let me go to the football version. Real quick, since we haven't done this in a while. Oh, look, it's Miami, number 7 class in the country. They had 20 commits right now. They got 2 5s. They got 2 5-stars. Now, Oklahoma.
It wasn't
okay. I'm sorry, Oklahoma. There go Florida right there with 22 commits.
Remember you did that in July. Remember you did that in July. And then August and September we were quiet.
We said that 2 spots. 2 spots better than Florida right now.
Yeah, y'all did that before. Y'all did that before. What happened?
Now, obviously, let's look at the difference. Let's look at the difference between us and them. We got 2 5-star. They got 0.
That's the only difference.
Oh, you mean to tell me
That's
Miami got 9
4
4-stars and Florida got 18 blue chippers? Blue chip Billy? Blue chip Billy? You mean to tell me they got 18 blue chips and they still below us?
Yep.
And our class is still ranked higher? And our grade is still
because
higher?
You got 2 5-stars. It's the 5-stars.
At this point, it's not even fair. It's not even fair comparing.
You can watch something.
It's not even fair comparing Miami to Florida. So let's just compare Florida to their inferior. Oh, you got Florida, and then you got look, down at number 18, 9 spots down. You got Florida State. Oh, what do Florida State have that's better than Florida right now? They got 1 5-star. Now, Florida, we're gonna do y'all a favor and go ahead and flip Hakeem Williams, so they won't have any 5-stars just like y'all.
Y'all not doing Hakeem Williams, man. Stop it.
All right, flip mode. Flip mode. We're gonna go bust the rhymes on them.
Y'all trying to get
but you know what? We ain't gonna do. We ain't gonna do y'all no favors either when we flip Jakeem Jackson. So man, I can't wait till signing day.
Okay, go ahead and get Jakeem. Then we gonna get Desmond Rick. Go ahead.
I can't wait. I can't wait till signing day come around.
We got Desmond Rick coming this week. He make his official on the 2nd. He commit December 23rd.
Man, I can't wait.
Go ahead. We pull Desmond Rick in. And while you speak about Pancake probably gonna be
they really talk about some 10-year contract. Florida State can't even afford a 10-year contract. Y'all still paying 2 head coaches right now. I know every first of the month when Willie get that check, he said, "Woo, oh." I bet that boy be down there hitting that war chant every time that check hit that account. Man, Willie probably be like, "I owe Florida State. I should help them recruit some of these kids that come to FAU that we don't want. We should give them to Florida State." But anyways, BB, at the end of the year, National Signing Day, we gonna see who got the better class.
We do, right. So y'all ain't gonna find no B tackles.
As of right now, you're looking at the numbers. Miami's class 280.
Look at y'all. Y'all feel
class 270. You know what Florida got? They got 2 more. They got 2 more commits than we do, and we still better than them. If you graded out our class, we're at 92 and 19.
That's it.
Y'all at 91 and 17. We better than y'all.
We got no D linemen.
We better than y'all.
Secondary with Miami and Stafford.
So think about that. Think about exactly what you just said. Wait till those guys.
They got no receivers.
Wait till those guys sign.
Robbie and Ray. They got no outside receivers.
Wait till them guys. That just goes to tell you, recruiting ain't over yet. Wait till we get our guys, and then y'all really gonna hate us.
No, we not. Wait till we get our guys. We gonna be straight. As long as we got what we needed, we good.
When we get our players and we flip some of y'all players, y'all gonna be sick.
Y'all ain't flipping none of our players. Y'all trying to flip Jackson. That's it. Well, we locked Jackson up. Y'all helped us.
Well, I'm gonna call it a night. This is almost a 3-hour show, man. Appreciate you for coming on, BB. Appreciate everybody else who came on. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Everybody hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me see where we at right now. Before I call it quits. Where we at with the subscriber count? See if we hit 11K. If not, we'll do it. We'll do it again tomorrow, Peaky. Let me see where did we get with the subscriber counts? Did we hit 11K tonight? If not, we'll probably hit it tomorrow. I appreciate everybody though for subscribing to the channel. I was expecting to hit 11K probably by the end of December, but we well ahead of schedule this year. Way ahead of schedule. Even though we are, losing pretty terribly. Probably would have hit it way earlier. Actually, we hit it. We're at 11,003 subscribers right now. So appreciate everybody for subscribing to the channel. We are officially at 11,003 subscribers. Let's go for 15K. That's the next mark we want to hit, 15K subscribers. So you guys continue, show love by hitting the like button, share the channel on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, whatever social media you're on, and appreciate all you guys. Go Canes. The Gators suck. The Florida State Seminoles, they suck too.
Go Gators.
And I'll catch you guys
Billy
on Sunday.
Recruit Mario.
Stop the cap.
No. Billy on his ass.
Billy on who ass?
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
We're going to flip John Walker.
All right, guys. Well, y'all have a good night. Peace. Go Canes.